He didn't know how long he'd been walking when the sky completely darkened. As Lin Ran walked on, a familiar feeling suddenly welled up within him. Here, in the pitch-black night, the moonlight was completely obscured by towering pine trees. The primeval forest was filled with a damp, icy chill. Lin Ran stepped on the wild grass beneath his feet, moving forward step by step, straight ahead, until a cave appeared before his eyes. Lin Ran froze. How was it that this scene seemed like something he had seen in a dream? Lin Ran looked towards the cave entrance, but didn't see any eyes, and he breathed a slight sigh of relief. Suddenly, a miserable cry came from inside the cave. That cry, it was like the sound of death. Lin Ran was stunned, took a few steps to the cave entrance, and as soon as he entered, he looked down and saw a pair of crimson eyes, which scared him so much he almost fell. And little Hay, by his feet, was so frightened it leaped into Lin Ran's arms. Little Hay, what the hell is this thing? It's scaring this cat to death. Lin Ran didn't answer Little Hay. He was scared too. Those crimson eyes looked particularly terrifying, but they also gave Lin Ran a sense of familiarity. The eyes were positioned a bit lower than Lin Ran, much shorter than him. Swallowing hard, Lin Ran was about to speak when a bloody mouth opened beneath those crimson eyes, looking exceptionally horrifying under the faint moonlight. I'm the one who survived. Are you also here to play with me? A childish voice, laced with a bone-chilling cold. Lin Ran's hair stood on end. The thing before him was speaking human words. I'm not, don't get excited. Lin Ran immediately declared his harmlessness. They said, only one person who comes here can get out alive. The voice was intermittent, as if from a disabled person with a speech impediment. As these words ended, suddenly, a figure shot up in the darkness. Little Hay. Oh mama, let's go. This is too damn scary for a cat. It doesn't matter if you die, but you can't make me your burial companion. Lin Ran. No, I haven't found who I'm looking for yet. Besides, as a creator, are you afraid of child? Little Hay. I was wrong. Actually, I'm nothing. Anyone could kill this cat and make my blood flow like a river. I've only survived this long because I'm good at lying low. Sobi, let's go. The moment the dark figure leaped out, Lin Ran saw it through the moonlight. It was the scrawny little boy from dusk, the one who had drawn a very burly opponent. Judging by his appearance, he indeed had some skills, but Lin Ran wasn't afraid. Perhaps among children, his skills were outstanding, but in Lin Ran's eyes, he was at most a slightly more capable child. Lin Ran dodged the child's attack and was about to retaliate when he saw the little boy fall to the ground. Lin Ran was stunned, quickly walked over, and tentatively asked, Are you all right? The little boy didn't speak. Lin Ran looked closely, and through the very faint moonlight, he noticed the little boy seemed to be injured. Black liquid flowed from his body onto the ground. Lin Ran knew it was blood. Reason told Lin Ran that time was tight and he shouldn't waste it on this. But his conscience told him that if he didn't help this person, he would surely die here, as his injuries were severe. Lin Ran finally gritted his teeth and walked away. 1 minute later, Lin Ran returned. Damn it, do you know how much trouble you've caused me? Lin Ran picked up the little boy and carried him into the cave. As soon as he reached the cave, Lin Ran discovered there was a fire burning. And beside the fire, there was a person. A dead person. That person seemed to have had their main artery bitten through. The blood that flowed out hadn't completely congealed yet, suggesting they had died recently. Lin Ran's hair stood on end. He looked at the child in his arms and felt a chill run down his own neck. Medical conditions here were limited. Lin Ran tore his own clothes to use as bandages for the little boy to prevent him from dying of excessive blood loss. Having done this much, Lin Ran felt he had done all he could. Looking at the boy lying on the ground, for some reason, Lin Ran always felt something was off. Those crimson eyes. Just as he was about to observe more closely, the boy's eyes opened. Upon seeing Lin Ran, he attacked without a word, but Lin Ran held him tightly, preventing him from moving. In his urgency, the boy bit directly at Lin Ran's neck. Lin Ran's eyes widened, remembering the corpse on the ground. His pupils constricted in terror, and his scalp tingled. Little Hay, it's over. Damn it. I told you we should have left earlier. Now you're definitely going to die here, and I might not be able to escape either. It's over, it's all over. Quicker than words could say, in a flash, Lin Ran turned sideways, dodging the fatal blow. The boy's mouth, originally aimed at Lin Ran's neck, ended up on his shoulder instead. That spot was exactly where Luo Yao usually liked to bite. Lin Ran let out a muffled groan and threw the boy away. You psycho. I saved you, and you try to kill me? Are you an ungrateful wretch? Lin Ran was furious. The boy was clearly stunned for a moment. You saved me. Lin Ran nodded. Else what? Lin Ran touched the blood on his shoulder, thinking, damn, what bad luck. Will I need a rabies shot for this? If so, should I go back to get it, or get it here? Is there a vaccine nearby? The boy stared blankly for a moment, looked at the bandaged wound on his body, then at Lin Ran's torn clothes, and fell into a strange state. It was as if he had gained something he had never possessed before. What was it? Seeing the boy regain his senses, Lin Ran also breathed a slight sigh of relief, but his guard remained up. You should say thank you, not do nothing. The little boy murmured, thank you, right? Look at you. You don't look like a child at all. Do you know how much trouble you've caused me? Damn it. Now you have to repay me, understand? You ruined my important business, and I still saved you without holding a grudge. You must repay me. A different light appeared in the little boy's eyes. What is repay? Lin Ran almost face-planted. It means you have to be good to me. If you were a woman, you'd have to pledge yourself to your savior for life. Never let go. But since you're a boy, we can sign a contract or something. For example, when you grow up, you give me half the money you earn. The boy was silent for a long time, seemingly trying hard to understand Lin Ran's words. I give you all. Lin Ran hadn't expected the child to be so easily fooled. The ancients truly didn't deceive him. Seeing how sincere you are, I'll reluctantly forgive you. Now tell me, how do I get out? The little boy tilted his head. You want to leave? Looking at the boy's expression, Lin Ran felt something was off. That tone. Nonsense, of course I want to leave. Otherwise, am I supposed to stay here and eat people with you? The little boy's eyes turned icy. He slowly spoke, saying words Lin Ran hadn't expected. You can't go. You must stay with me. Lin Ran was stunned. Damn, do you always talk like this? Can't go. You are mine. The little boy began to speak word by word, his state becoming frenzied. Lin Ran took a step back, frowning at the child before him. He was now somewhat regretting saving him. But I must go. Even if I stay with you now, I'll disappear in a few hours. Do you know what disappear means? I'm not from this world. The little boy didn't understand what Lin Ran was saying at all. He only knew he really wanted to be close to this person. Seeing the child about to lose control, Lin Ran sighed softly. Sigh. He looked back at the endless night outside, then thought about the environment here. Lin Ran was truly tired. It was all Lil Hei's fault. Couldn't it pick a better time and place? Where the hell was he supposed to find anyone? It seemed unlikely he'd find Luo Yao tonight. Damn it, he'd wasted one of his wishes. Forget it. I'll stay with you for one night. But this cave is too stuffy. Let's go out. The little boy understood this sentence. He saw Lin Ran turn and leave the cave, and he also put away his hostility and followed Lin Ran. Little Hei, meanwhile, lay trembling in Lin Ran's arms. Little Hei, there's something wrong with this kid. Let's go quickly, I'm suffocating. Lin Ran, you chose this, Lord Creator. Lin Ran, since we're here, let's make the best of it, Lord Creator. Little Hei, make the best of my ass. Lin Ran chuckled inwardly. He hadn't expected this cat to be so timid. You dare call yourself a creator? You're really something. Outside the cave, Lin Ran searched for a long time and finally found a large rock that he was somewhat satisfied with. It wasn't blocked by trees here, and it looked somewhat whitish under the moonlight. Lin Ran lay down on it. The icy chill made him regret coming out. It was better in the cave. The little boy quietly watched Lin Ran gaze at the starry sky and sat down beside him. Lin Ran wasn't heartless. Thinking about the little boy's experiences, he felt some sympathy. So he kindly reminded him, if you can really survive, you can find me in the future. I can't promise much else, but giving you a meal is no problem. Do you like looking at the stars? Stars, stars. Lin Ran pointed to the twinkling stars in the sky. Those blinking things. The little boy didn't like looking at them, but being with Lin Ran, he seemed to really want to, so he also looked up. My wife really likes looking at the stars. Looking at stars? Likes? Wife? The little boy mumbled. Yes, normal people look at stars. But I'm telling you, you can't look at them too often because stars make people feel good. They give people infinite fantasies. But do you know? For you, stars might not be good because your world is too cruel. You don't need so-called fantasies. If one day the fantasy shatters, you will despair. Remember? The little boy lowered his head and stopped looking, but after a while, he looked up again. Just look. Once. Lin Ran was touched by the words, just look once. What kind of world was this? What had happened to him? If possible, Lin Ran really wanted to study this little boy, but time wouldn't give him the chance. The two of them just watched quietly. Lin Ran felt his mind gradually empty, until a wave of coldness hit him, and little Hay in his arms snuggled closer, providing Lin Ran with a little warmth. The night sky was bright, but the trees were tall. The little boy could only see the twinkling starlight through the gaps in the trees, but it fascinated him so. The stars in the sky were this beautiful. The little boy finally showed a smile that shouldn't have existed on his face. Unconsciously, it was almost dawn. Lin Ran realized he had stayed with him for so long. "I have to go," Lin Ran said. The little boy immediately showed a flustered expression, and slowly, his eyes turned crimson. "You can't. Leave me. You can only belong to me, Lin Ran." "Why does this sound so familiar?" "It's wrong for you to talk like that. In this world, no one belongs to anyone else." That doesn't seem right either." Lin Ran felt that wasn't appropriate because he belonged to Luo Yao, so he corrected himself. "Only the closest two people can belong to each other. Unfortunately, we are not." The little boy stared intently at Lin Ran, as if afraid he would suddenly disappear, because Lin Ran had said before that he would disappear. "You are my—" Lin Ran was completely speechless. He felt that communicating with this child was simply a waste of time. "May I ask, what is your name, sir?" "They call me ungrateful wretch." Lin Ran's face darkened. "Well, they weren't wrong. But I really have to go, because if I don't go now, I won't be able to leave." "Little Hay, you finally realize? Let's go quickly. My heart is always pounding." Lin Ran thought to himself, "It's really been hard on the cat." "Little Hay, we'll leave in 5 minutes." Lin Ran patted the dust off himself, and, as if remembering something, he asked the little boy, "By the way, what's your name?" Since they met by chance, asking for a name was normal, right? What if this kid grew up to be a big shot? He could use his status as a lifesaver to get some benefits, couldn't he? Even if he didn't get half of the money the kid earned, a tenth would be nice. The little boy tilted his head, looking a bit dazed. "Name? Yes, everyone has a name. For example, my name is Lin Ran. Don't you have a name?" After thinking for a long time, the little boy finally remembered. He seemed to have a name. "I have one." "What's your name?" "Luo Yao." "What?" Shock, daze, petrification. Lin Ran stood frozen on the spot, not reacting for a long time. "Little Hay, damn, this is Luo Yao? Shocked this cat for 100 years. How is she so thin? And with short hair, like a little beggar? Who would have thought this was actually a girl?" Lin Ran, "So, you are Luo Yao." Lin Ran couldn't see any resemblance to the current Luo Yao in the little boy. Oh no, the little girl. Mainly because the current Luo Yao was still very young, with short hair, a rather childish voice, and was dirty all over. It was really hard to tell her gender. No, there was one thing they had in common. Their eyes were very similar. Especially now, those crimson eyes were practically a carbon copy of a young Luo Yao. "Pa!" Lin Ran slapped himself hard. His beloved was right in front of him, and he hadn't recognized her. Not recognizing her was one thing, but he hadn't even recognized her gender, and had mistaken her for a boy. "Little Hay, you think slapping yourself will make up for your stupidity?" "Luo Yao, Before Lin Ran could finish, little Luo Yao suddenly jumped up without warning. "You are mine!" Lin Ran was directly pounced on and thrown to the ground by little Luo Yao. He felt a sharp pain in his shoulder, the same spot as before. "Little Luo Yao, he can't leave, he's mine, I want to eat him." Lin Ran endured the pain. "Little Hay, Lin Ran, we must go. If we don't go now, we'll really die. We'll be annihilated by temporal pressure until not even dust remains." Lin Ran, "Luo Yao, listen to me. Although I also want to stay here with you, I must go. You must survive and get out. When you grow up, I'll marry you, and we'll live together forever." These words indeed had an effect. Little Luo Yao gradually loosened her bite. The taste of blood filled her taste buds. Her eyes filled with incomprehension and doubt. "Marry me? Yes, it means when you grow up, you marry me. Get married? We two will live together forever, never abandoning each other, being clingy together every day, eating together, sleeping together, waking up together. When you can't sleep, you like to lie in my arms and look at me. When I can't sleep, I like to lie beneath you and look at you." A light gradually appeared in little Luo Yao's eyes. She seemed to have found the motivation to live. "Real. Oh, why can I? Of course. Even if I deceived the whole world, I wouldn't deceive you." Little Luo Yao stared at Lin Ran's shoulder, which she had bitten until it bled. Her crimson eyes slowly changed. They became reluctant. "Really want to eat you." Lin Ran's heart ached terribly. He didn't want to leave either, but if he didn't, he might never see Luo Yao again. He pointed to his still bleeding shoulder. You like biting here? Little Luo Yao nodded. Okay, I promise you, this spot will always be reserved for you. When you grow up and see me, whenever you want, you can bite. And you must bite this same spot every time. I won't be happy if you bite somewhere else. Little Luo Yao stared with wide eyes, seemingly trying to understand Lin Ran's words. Promise. Me? Yes, I promise you. This is my promise to you. When you grow up, you're welcome to redeem it. Okay. Although Lin Ran still had many things to say to little Luo Yao, little He wasn't planning to wait. When the time was up, it took Lin Ran and gradually disappeared into the 4 a.m. pre-dawn darkness. Lin Ran felt his body was very weak, as if he had had a very long dream, or as if he had done nothing at all. Luo Yao. Lin Ran cried out, weakly sitting up in bed. It was night when he left, but it was dusk when he arrived in the primeval forest. So when he returned to reality, it was already broad daylight. 12 hours. Lin Ran had completed a time travel experience that left a deep impression on him. But Lin Ran suddenly realized that all of this didn't seem real. A talking cat, a little Luo Yao, a weak self. Had he really traveled to the past? Or was it all a dream from the beginning? Or was he schizophrenic? Little Hey, little Hey, little Hey, this kitty is here. What are you, a fool blinded by love, yelling about? This wasn't a dream. He could still hear little Hay's thoughts. Then, I want to go back. Can we go back again? I still have things I haven't finished saying. Little Hay, you've already said enough. Besides, my abilities are limited, and I'm very weak now. I need to eat. I need to rest. I need to rest for at least a month before I can manipulate time again. Lin Ran struggled out of bed, his whole body drenched in sweat. The bloodstain on his shoulder was exceptionally clear. A month? That long? Is there any faster way? Little Hay, take a shower first, then I'll tell you. Lin Ran didn't go against little Hay's wishes. Even he felt he should take a shower. Sweat had drenched him like rain. Then I'll go take a shower. Think about what you want to eat. When I come out, I'll have someone prepare it. After we eat, we'll go back. Lin Ran said as he took off his tattered clothes, grabbed a very loose pajama, and walked into the bathroom. Due to his extreme weakness, Lin Ran swayed several times. When he finished washing, he came out again. Can you tell me now? Little Hay, it's useless. Even if I could manage it, your body wouldn't allow you to go back to the past again in such a short time. You should cherish reality. Also, I want to eat small yellow croaker. Damn it. Then why did you say you'd tell me after I shower? Little Hay, I'm a cat that loves cleanliness. You smelled too sour. It made me want to puke. Lin Ran was completely speechless. He felt this cat must be the reincarnation of a scoundrel. He sighed inwardly but still planned to feed it something, as he would need it next time. Yellow croaker? You're a cat. Shouldn't you eat mice? Little Hay, my native language is speechless. You big idiot, cats eat mice to get taurine, but that doesn't mean cats like to eat mice. Do you understand or not? Okay, I'll go prepare it for you. You're not big, but your temper isn't small. Lin Ran had only taken a few steps when a wave of dizziness hit him, and he collapsed directly onto the ground. He was truly too weak. Meow, you liar. Are you a saboteur? At least bring out the fish before you faint. It walked towards Lin Ran with elegant cat steps, looking at the tattered clothes on the ground with a cat-like sigh. Still have to clean up your mess. So damn annoying. In a daze, Lin Ran seemed to see Luo Yao again. On a night full of stars, Luo Yao's appearance was somewhat blurry. She seemed to be forcing him to do something. What was it? Big brother, do it yourself, okay? If you dare to leave me, I'll kill you, turn you into a specimen, and make you stay with me for all eternity. Although Lin Ran couldn't clearly see if the person in front of him was Luo Yao, his intuition told him that this was his beloved. Just as he was about to agree to Luo Yao, he found Luo Yao's eyes turning crimson, terrifying. You said you would stay with me forever. Ah, Luo Yao's scream was horrific, already beyond the human realm. Luo Yao, I'm yours. Lin Ran suddenly woke up. He looked around. He was still lying on the bed in his bedroom. A minute ago, outside the bedroom door, Luo Yao looked coldly at the private doctor. Why did Aaron suddenly faint? It's been almost a day, and he's still not awake. What on earth are you good for? The private doctor was an old man named Yi. This name was because he was the fourth son of the Yi family. He was not only the manor's private doctor, but also the cornerstone of the Yi medical family. Miss Luo, young Master Lin is fine. It should just be due to excessive weakness. He'll be fine after some rest. As Yi spoke, he looked strangely at Luo Yao. It's not that I'm saying, Miss Luo, although young Master Lin is your husband, you should also use him sparingly. Even machines need more maintenance to last longer. shaking his head and sighing. He thought to himself, young Master Lin is too pitiful, almost squeezed dry by Miss Luo. Luo Yao gave him an icy glare, and Iseen immediately covered his mouth. Had he just lectured Miss Luo? Was he going to die? The medical supply subsidy for your family's hospital will be halved. Okay, Miss Luo. He was bitter inside. Just because he spoke too quickly and said the wrong thing, half the medical supplies were gone. But it was better than losing his life. He remembered the previous doctor. Just because she was a woman and looked at Lin Ran a couple more times during treatment, she was sent to Africa for medical aid. Luo Yao. A cry of alarm came from inside the room. Luo Yao pushed open the door without a second thought, and then heard 4 words. I am yours. Luo Yao was momentarily stunned, looking incredulously at Lin Ran, who seemed to have awakened from a nightmare. Aaron, what did he just say? He's mine? Aaron, you're awake. Lin Ran panted heavily, staring at Luo Yao, his eyes full of joy and love. Yao. Lin Ran stretched out his hands, a gesture asking for a hug. He wanted to confirm if the Luo Yao before him was real. Seeing Lin Ran like this, Luo Yao quickly walked over and threw herself into Lin Ran's arms. Aaron, the doctor said you fainted because you were too weak. You scared me. Feeling the real warmth in his arms, Lin Ran had never been so grateful for this love. Luo Yao was still here, still by his side. It was so good. Luo Yao, I'm fine. I just didn't sleep all night last night, didn't rest well. Why didn't you sleep all night? Luo Yao frowned. Because of you. You weren't by my side, I couldn't sleep at all. Lin Ran wasn't lying. If he hadn't been unable to sleep yesterday, he wouldn't have played time travel with little Hay, nor would he have made his body so weak. Upon hearing this, Luo Yao's eyes showed a joyful expression. Aaron, has he really become unable to live without her? Is this Aaron's way of showing his love for her? Thinking of this, she gently lay on Lin Ran. Is Aaron telling the truth? Lin Ran nodded. Truer than pearls. Then I promise to stay with you every night from now on, okay? Lin Ran nodded again. Okay. Just as the two were being affectionate, Uncle Fu appeared, bringing various nourishing soups and medicines. The doctor said Mr. Lin was too weak. How could he be weak at such a young age? He was still waiting to look after a young master. Lin Ran's face was full of question marks. He was mentally weak, not physically weak, right? Why bring so many things needed for physical weakness? Who are you looking down on? All right, he was indeed physically weak too, not wild in youth, regretted in old age. After drinking the soup, Lin Ran pulled Luo Yao close. Wifey, stay with me today, okay? Luo Yao nodded. It's almost dark, of course I'll stay with you. In fact, after learning Lin Ran had fainted that morning, she had flown back as quickly as possible and had been with Lin Ran for almost the entire afternoon. Lin Ran was also stunned. Had he slept for so long? Luo Yao just lay beside Lin Ran, keeping him company, but she didn't do anything to Lin Ran. The doctor said her Aaron was too weak and needed to recuperate. Lin Ran didn't know whether to laugh or cry. This feeling of being looked down upon by his wife hurt his self-esteem a little, but he could do nothing about it because he was indeed weak. Although this weakness was different from that weakness, it was indeed not suitable for exercise. The moon rose again. In the sky garden, Luo Yao sat in Lin Ran's lap, gazing at the starry sky. Aaron, did you know I didn't originally like stars? I grew to like them later. Lin Ran's heart skipped a beat. He seemed to understand something. He suddenly remembered the first time he watched the stars with Luo Yao. That time, Luo Yao seemed to have said something, but because it had been a long time, he couldn't remember clearly. What was it? That night, it seemed to be when little Hay first appeared. All of this, was it just a coincidence? What was little Hay's purpose? After Lin Ran's rebirth, he maintained a defensive attitude towards everyone and everything except Luo Yao. Only little Hay, just a cat. At that time, he thought that cats didn't understand anything anyway, and when Luo Yao wasn't around, he often talked to himself in front of little Hay. Unexpectedly, this cat suddenly took Lin Ran through time. Can you believe it? The first time they watched stars, what was said? With a boom, Lin Ran's mind felt like it exploded, shocking him into a momentary daze. That night, Luo Yao was acting crazed. The two of them had talked about a business deal worth hundreds of millions, and then they snuggled together to watch the stars. Luo Yao seemed to say, did you know? When I was little, a big brother once told me that stars aren't beautiful, because when illusions shatter, people despair. Lin Ran had confidently said, then this big brother definitely wasn't me, because I'm younger than you. Now, he suddenly realized something was wrong. Last night, he had said something similar to little Luo Yao. Could it be? Yao, do you remember the first time we watched the stars? I remember, it was right here. Lin Ran frowned. No, not here. Luo Yao was stunned, then asked, then where was it? Lin Ran closed his eyes, recalling last night's scene, wondering whether to say it out loud, whether Luo Yao remembered that time. Lin Ran pointed to his shoulder, then to Luo Yao's eyes. For you, stars might not be beautiful, because your world is too cruel. If one day the illusion shatters, you'll despair. Luo Yao was stunned. She looked at Lin Ran's eyes incredulously. You remember? Lin Ran hadn't remembered. He had just experienced it. So it was the him from this world who went to that time and said those words to Luo Yao. I'm sorry, I said those things to you. Luo Yao slowly reached out and touched Lin Ran's head. Yes, but you also said you would be my brightest star for a lifetime, never to be extinguished. Lin Ran really wanted to cry. She remembered every word he had said. Aaron, you won't disappear again. You won't leave me, right? Lin Ran nodded with utmost seriousness. Definitely not. A brilliance that shouldn't belong to her bloomed in Luo Yao's eyes. Aaron, you will fulfill our contract, right? Lin Ran pondered Luo Yao's words, wondering what contract existed between them. Seeing Lin Ran's expression, Luo Yao looked a little disappointed and sighed softly. It seemed she still hadn't found the Aaron from the past. It didn't matter. She could wait slowly, even if it took a lifetime. She didn't care. Besides, things were already very good now, weren't they? But Aaron looked so infuriating. Why could he only remember a little, but not what happened later? Thinking of this, Luo Yao became angrier and angrier. Taking a step back would lead to breast hyperplasia. Enduring it would lead to uterine fibroids. She leaned on Lin Ran's shoulder and bit down. You promised, this place is mine. I can bite it whenever I want. Lin Ran endured the pain. He really wanted to cry. Luo Yao remembered the childhood promise so clearly. There was another point that puzzled Lin Ran greatly. Aren't you curious why I've looked the same all these years? Luo Yao looked at him in confusion. Why would it be strange? You are Aaron. You're always Aaron, no matter when. I only hope you are an Aaron who won't suddenly disappear. Luo Yao was actually most worried that Lin Ran would suddenly disappear, just like before, vanishing right before her eyes. Lin Ran thought, all right then. Luo Yao's way of thinking was indeed a bit different from ordinary people. Her possessiveness towards him had already overcome science. Next time he saw Little Hay, he had to ask for more useful information. His phone rang. Seeing it was Wu Zhishang, Lin Ran glanced at Luo Yao. Luo Yao was indeed a bit unhappy, but didn't stop him. Seeing Luo Yao tacitly agree, Lin Ran answered. Brother Lin, Shun Jingbing got into trouble again. This time it's interesting. Let me tell you, he's suspected of spreading rumors. An hour ago, Kyoto University Library. Lu Rushue usually didn't come here, but these past few days she was a bit scared, avoiding someone like the plague. She didn't dare go back to the dormitory at night either, so she asked Hua Haney, and the two came to the library to chat. Although Hua Haney still hung out with Lu Rushue on the surface, she already looked down on her. Arriving at the old library, Hua Haney spoke first. Rushue, what's wrong with you? Why are you wearing a scarf? Lu Rushue gently revealed her face from under the scarf, bruised and swollen. The library was a place that made her feel safe. There are many people here. I ran into a psycho who keeps bothering me. Rushue, why don't you call the police? Hua Haney suggested. Lu Rushue shook her head. I did, it's useless. Every time it's just detention and a fine. Then they make him apologize, and that's the end of it. I really don't understand how the police station works these days. It's perfunctory to the extreme. Hua Haney fell into thought. A person wouldn't hate another for no reason. There must be something to it. At this moment, a student sat down next to them, only politely asking after he had already sat down. This beautiful classmate, may I sit here? Hua Haney saw a young man wearing a baseball cap and immediately made space. Shun Jingbing sat down, looked up, and his eyes met Lu Rushue's. Lu Rushue's eyes widened. There are so many people here. What are you trying to do? Before Hua Haney could speak to Shun Jingbing, she noticed Lu Rushue's eyes met his, so she frowned. Rushue, you know him? He's the psycho I was talking about. After Lu Rushue explained, she said to Shun Jingbing, what will it take for you to leave me alone? Also, there are so many people here, I don't believe you dare hit me. Rushue, what are you saying? I just love you too much. That's why I came to find you. Love? Me? Lu Rushue's mind blanked for a moment. Shun Jingbing then poured the coffee in his hand directly onto his own head. Ah, Rushue, what are you doing? I just asked you why you went to a hotel with other guys, and you splash me? I've done so much for you. What did I do wrong? Didn't you say you love me the most? Lu Rushue's eyes widened. She hadn't expected Shun Jingbing to play the victim. The library was supposed to be a quiet place. With Shun Jingbing shouting like this, other students all turned to look. After hearing what Shun Jingbing said, discussions arose. Lu Rushue. Huh? Campus queen? Please. Her reputation's already trashed, and she's still out there playing games. Lu Rushue went to a hotel with someone else. Who was that person? Probably a dog. Our Kyoto University having such a campus beauty is truly a disgrace. I used to like her. I really misjudged. It was at this moment that a young, innocent-looking boy walked over to them with a pained expression. Rushue, is what he said true? Did you really go to a hotel with someone else? The speaker was Yu Qingnan, Lu Rushue's most loyal sycophant. The last time Lu Rushue got drunk at a bar and couldn't pay, it was this sycophant who came to her rescue. Seeing her sycophant arrive, Lu Rushue calmed down a bit. At least there was someone to be cannon fodder. No, what he said is false. I haven't been to a hotel with anyone else at all. Shun Jingbing immediately produced a photo. I knew you'd say no, so I had someone take a picture a long time ago. What Shun Jingbing took out was a photo from the last time at Panga Hotel when Lu Rushue was carried out and met Lin Jian. Lu Ritian and Lu Yueme were also there at the time. Shun Jingbing had directly photoshopped them out, so only she and Lin Jian were in the photo. They looked intimate, and although Lin Jian's face couldn't be seen clearly, it was still clear that it was a man. Lu Rushue's eyes widened, wanting to snatch Shun Jingbing's phone, but Shun Jingbing quickly took it back. Lu Rushue, are you trying to destroy evidence? Lu Rushue, I didn't. You're talking nonsense. That was when I accompanied my aunt to an auction dinner. The person inside is my cousin. Don't talk nonsense. Shun Jingbing. So you mean the photo is real? You really went to a hotel with someone? Fake, you're lying. Lu Rushue meant the photo was photoshopped, so of course it couldn't be considered real. Shun Jingbing. I remember something very interesting happened that day too, right? Who was it that ran into my sports car as a naked girl? You ran into my car without wearing anything to seduce me, and now you're turning your back on me. Lu Rushue. What nonsense are you talking about? What your car? Shun Jingbing then pulled up a surveillance video on his phone. The surveillance footage showed Shun Jingbing dragging Lu Rushue out of a red sports car and slapping her across the face. Slapping people, especially on the face, was Shun Jingbing's forte. Lu Rushue's eyes widened. She snatched Shun Jingbing's phone and smashed it on the ground, shattering it instantly. Shun Jingbing didn't try to stop her at all. Instead, a sinister smile played on his lips. This video had many problems. It was easy for people to see it was fake. He originally just wanted to disgust Lu Rushue and create some gossip about her. Who knew Lu Rushue would be foolish enough to smash his phone? Then he would have to make good use of it, turn the fake into real. Lu Rushue, you smashed my phone to destroy evidence. Lu Rushue froze, also realizing something was wrong. The first moment she saw the video, she lost her mind and, in a panic, smashed his phone. Thinking about it now, she seemed to have fallen into a trap. No, it wasn't me. What wasn't you? Although I hit you that time, you later knelt down and said you loved me, so I agreed. I didn't expect you to go to a hotel with another man afterwards. Who do you think Shun Jingbing is? Lu Rushue took 3 steps back. She found that the more she explained, the bigger the mess became. The photo was fake, but it was true that she had entered Lin Rant's car. When Shun Jingbing dragged her out of Lin Rant's car, she was indeed dressed very skimpily. Lu Rushue shook her head, tears streaming down her face. You're talking nonsense. You made all this up. You want to ruin me. Everyone in the library pricked up their ears to listen, and some who enjoyed a good spectacle had already gathered around. Explosive, extremely explosive. Shun Jingbing clutched his chest with his hand, like a victim of love, looking utterly pitiful. His heart must be in so much pain. How could Lu Rushue hurt him like this? Rushue, I love you so much, yet you think I want to destroy you. How cruel you are. 2 streams of clear tears flowed down as Shun Jingbing knelt on the ground. The surrounding students immediately burst into discussion. Good heavens, Empress Rushue is indeed terrifyingly so. Isn't it Empress Ruyan? I know, Lu Rushue and Lu Ruyan are sisters. Who is Lu Ruyan? The cloud slag goddess. My god, isn't that amazing? Lu Rushue is too destructive to one's values. What right does such a person have to be the campus beauty? Senior Lu, so you're this kind of person? I want to say to you, if you're hungry, come find me. I'm a professional turtle keeper. Everyone who has eaten says they're satisfied. Welcome to try. I've lived long enough to see this, folks. Our Kyoto University's #1 campus beauty is actually so shameless. I just saw a bit of that video. It's simply unbelievable. Sweetie, Lu Rushue is not worth it. She's playing you. Plenty of us good girls are looking for a serious relationship. She anxiously wanted to explain, but those people wouldn't listen. No, don't listen to his nonsense. That video is fake. Just then, Yu Qingnan, who had been wearing a pained expression, spoke up. Rushue, is it true? If it's true, tell me. I'll stand up for you. As long as you cut off contact with other men from now on, I'm willing to protect you forever. Shun Jingbing was stunned, petrified on the spot. He stood up stiffly, looking at the honest-faced boy before him. He felt his own train of thought couldn't keep up with Yu Qingnan's. Not you, buddy. You'll take this too. Yu Qingnan's attitude towards Shun Jingbing was very bad. I believe Rushue. Even if Rushue is at fault, but putting aside the facts, isn't your behavior of ruining someone's reputation when you're hurt also wrong? Shun Jingbing took 3 steps back. He felt his worldview was being challenged. Brother, what's your name? Yu Qingnan. Brother, you're really desperate, huh? You and Lu Rushue? A perfect match. I'll leave this woman to you. May you two be tied together. Shun Jingbing thought, since you like being a doormat, then continue. My goal for today is achieved, time to bail. When Yu Qingnan heard Shun Jingbing's words and saw Lu Rushue cry her eyes out, he couldn't stand it anymore. You dare to curse? I'll beat you to death. And he started a fight. Shun Jingbing was delighted. Good heavens, this time it wasn't him who started it. Thus, the two men scuffled together. Although Shun Jingbing was not as big as Yu Qingnan, he was agile enough. While wrestling with Yu Qingnan, he could even manage to kick Lu Rushue. Lu Rushue stumbled on the spot, almost falling. Hua Haney supported Lu Rushue, but her eyes no longer held the previous envy, only schadenfreude. Rushue, are you okay? Even she felt a bit ashamed. Lu Rushue, you slag, you cheated on me and then had your sycophant beat me up. I'm not done with you. Shun Jingbing shouted while performing the legendary 18 dragon-subduing palms, ensuring everyone in the library could hear. Lu Rushue froze. Yes, this matter couldn't just end like this. Otherwise her image as a slag would be completely solidified. Call the police. Hua Haney. What? Call the police? Rushue, are you crazy? Hua Haney said she didn't understand, but her hand was already dialing the number. If Lu Rushue wanted to be disgraced, then she would help her. Soon, the police officers arrived. Seeing it was Lu Rushue and Shun Jingbing, the officers were exasperated. I say, you two, is there no end to this? Indeed, recently, Shun Jingbing and Lu Rushue had certainly increased their workload. The police officer was still very diligent in dispersing the crowd, then took Lu Rushue, Shun Jingbing, and Yu Qingnan away. Shun Jingbing shouted, Officer, and that woman, she was involved too. Those two instigated this man to hit me. There are 3 of them. Hua Haney. Who? Police officer. Gang crime? Thus, Hua Haney was also taken away. Hua Haney, I didn't. Officer, don't listen to his nonsense. I'm innocent. Shun Jingbing. Do you know Lu Rushue? Before Hua Haney could speak, Shun Jingbing continued to ask, were you with him? Did you call the police? If you don't know him, why did you call the police? With a few words, Hua Haney was speechless. The police officer directly handcuffed her and said, come back to the station with me and we'll talk. Regardless of the facts, Shun Jingbing was now accusing the 3 of them of bullying. The police officer stated that he would handle it according to regulations. Hua Haney now looked at Lu Rushue with hatred in her eyes. After they arrived at the police station, something that drove them crazy happened. Shun Jingbing adamantly denied hitting anyone, and also said Lu Rushue poured coffee on him, and that she and Hua Haney had instructed Yu Qingnan to hit him first. Twisting black and white, stirring up trouble, but full of loopholes. The police officer was helpless and could only mediate. Mediation again? Lu Rushue broke down. Before, when Shun Jingbing bullied her, all they knew was to mediate. Now again. Just then, a police officer from outside came to the mediating officer's side and whispered something. Hua Haney was closest and seemed to catch a few words. Something like, Miss Luo, release them. She fell into thought. Could it be that Shun Jingbing had some formidable figure behind him? So, the mediator released several people on the spot and said, now, we suspect you of filing a false police report, wasting police resources, and disturbing public order. Considering it's your first offense, this time it will be a verbal warning. If it happens again, you will all be detained. Although Shun Jingbing had spread salacious rumors about Lu Rushue. Well, not exactly, but this kind of thing indeed violated social morals. The police just said a few words and let him leave. Shun Jingbing was the first to go out. Lu Rushue and the other 2, on the other hand, had to continue receiving education. What's wrong with them? Why'd he get to leave first? Police officer, he's the victim. Once he explained clearly, he could naturally leave. He's a victim? We were the ones who called the police. Police officer. Does calling the police make you a good person? Couldn't it be a confession? People have sympathy, especially for the weak. Hua-Haney's eyes widened. She finally understood Lu Rushue's helplessness. This police station's way of doing things was simply outrageous. Although they were unconvinced, there was nothing they could do. Thus, Lu Rushue and the other two became the focus of education. After Lin Ran received the notification, he gave a thumbs up in his heart for Shun Jingbing's actions. After thinking about it, he personally came to the police station to pick him up. Shun Jingbing had really brought him honor. This time, even Luo Yao didn't say anything. When she heard about Shun Jingbing's actions, she also expressed that she was in a good mood. Another dog that brought happiness had arrived. Outside the police station, Lin Ran had someone complete Shun Jingbing's procedures. The fines that needed to be paid were paid in full. When Shun Jingbing came out, he saw the two bosses who came to pick him up, Wu Zhishang and Lin Ran. Lin Ran patted Shun Jingbing's shoulder. Brother, well done. Big brother, you came to pick me up personally? Say no more. Thank you. Lin Ran put his arm around Shun Jingbing and asked, do you know your one effort has earned you half a lifetime of food and drink? What do you mean? Just then, an old man walked over. It was Uncle Fu. He directly handed Shun Jingbing a check. Just ask Wu Zhishang how to use it. Dazed, shocked, petrified. Shun Jingbing looked at the check in his hand, his whole person in a state of shutdown. It was Wu Zhishang's slap that woke him up. Work hard, and you can really be rich for 3 generations, because you're following a very powerful boss. Shun Jingbing almost knelt down and acknowledged him as his father on the spot, but Lin Ran stopped him. Remember, your grudge with Lu Rushue is personal. It has nothing to do with me, okay? Shun Jingbing nodded. Understood. She's a thief. I can't coexist with evil. Just then, Lu Rushue also came out. She saw Lin Ran and the others at a glance and ran over to question them. Lin Ran, why are you doing this to me? Lin Ran, catch a thief with the goods, catch people in pairs. Don't speak carelessly about things you haven't seen, or I might sue you for defamation. Lu Rushue completely broke down, pointing at Shun Jingbing and shouting, you dare say this person wasn't sent by you? Lin Ran simply put his arm around Shun Jingbing's shoulder and introduced him to Lu Rushue. He's my capable dipping sauce. Like him? Even if you know he's my man, what can you do? Lu Rushue cried and asked, Brother Lin Ran, you're still angry with me, aren't you? Despite me, you actually had someone. Lin Ran was instantly furious and quickly let go of Shun Jingbing. Shun Jingbing, without a second word, delivered a crisp and clean slap. Pah! The force was just right, stunning but not brain-damaging. This scene reminded Wu Zhishang of an idiom. Close the door and release the dog. Lu Rushue was stunned, covering her already swollen face. Lin Ran, you still dare to show your face to me? Brother Lin Ran, tell me, why are you doing this? Lin Ran, very good, very good. You still dare to call me brother? Shun Jingbing, find some time to apply for the job of door manager at Kyoto University. Shun Jingbing, all right, big brother. Lu Rushue. Wu Zhishang added insult to injury. This way, Shun Jingbing can check your attendance according to regulations every day. Lu Rushue said she didn't understand, but she was greatly shocked. Brother Lin Ran, I really love you. Why are you still angry with me? Can we go back to how things were before? Damn it, is there no end to this? After 2 good days, she's starting to be disgusting again, right? Looking for a beating, right? Asking for scolding, right? Fine, fine, fine. If I don't send you to Southeast Asia, my surname Lin will be written backwards. You add so much drama to yourself every day. A tragedy one moment, a comedy the next. Aren't you tired? Why don't you take a break? Let us catch our breath, too. A toad's acting skills are divine. Oscar owes you a little golden man. Lu Rushue. Shun Jingbing added insult to injury. Can't bite people to death, but can disgust them to death. Lu Rushue couldn't take it anymore. She didn't understand why Lin Ran had changed so much recently. Why was he doing this to her? She clearly loved Lin Ran so much, and Lin Ran also loved her deeply. Could that saying be true? Men turn bad when they have money. Brother Lin Ran, is he finally going to love her and then leave her? Is it really wrong for her, Lu Rushue, to love someone? Brother Lin Ran, I love. Lin Ran felt a chill all over, his entire scalp tingling. Shake your brain until it's even before you speak. It's fine if you deceive others, but don't deceive yourself. Lu Rushue, why don't you believe my words? Because your words are like a notice from the king of hell, a pack of lies. Just then, Hua-Haney and Yu Qingnan also came out one after another. Yu Qingnan ran directly to Lu Rushue, glaring angrily at Lin Ran, Shun Jingbing, and the others. Lin ran. What are you trying to do? Stay away from Rushue. I won't allow you to hurt Rushue anymore. Lin ran. Do you want to hear what nonsense you're spouting? Lu Rushue pushed Yu Qingnan away. What are you doing? You're not allowed to talk to brother Lin ran like that. Yu Qingnan stood there dumbfounded, his heart aching. Rushue, he's bullying you. I'll teach him a lesson for you. Lu Rushue, shut up. You disgusting person. You're not allowed to bully my brother Lin ran. Lin ran couldn't stand it anymore. Why was Lu Rushue so fake? You keep calling brother all day. Are you going to lay an egg? Lu Rushue looked at Lin ran with red eyes, her expression very sad. Brother Lin ran. Damn it, still calling? Shun Jingbing. Just as Shun Jingbing was about to make a move, Yu Qingnan stood up again. Lin ran was amused. Brother, you're quite a character. What, you like Lu Rushue? Yu Qingnan immediately covered his head shyly and shouted, I don't. No, buddy, are you serious? Lin ran could see that this boy was still the innocent type. Do you think that by constantly fawning over your goddess every day, saying those meaningless things, she'll like you? She gives you a few, none of your business, whatever you want, you're overthinking it, you're a good person, we'll see, I'm busy, some other day, I have things to do, sorry, I forgot, thanks, no need, I'm going to sleep, and you think she's chatting with you? Stop dreaming. On the road of love, if you don't get cheated on, you'll never grow up. Just let Lu Rushue be a chapter in your emotional growth. Brother, although it's not appropriate for me to say this, if you like Lu Rushue, then you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Yu Qingnan? Wu Zhishang / Shun Jingbing chimed in. Forget Wang 8. A pun, Wang Ba means bastard / cuckold, and Wang sounds like forget in Wang Ji. You are crude. Lin ran. You should thank the tomatoes. If it could pass censorship, I'd curse even filthier. Hua Haney watched Lin ran from the shadows the whole time, the stars in her eyes almost impossible to hide. The current Lin ran was so handsome, so manly, so alluring. Uncle Fu, let's go. Lin ran had cursed, he had hit, and he couldn't kill anyone, so he planned to leave. Just as Lu Rushue was about to stop him, Lin ran shot her an extremely cold glare that made Lu Rushue freeze on the spot. That look, Lu Rushue felt it was so familiar. That woman named Luo Yao also had that kind of look, a look that made her feel like she was facing death. If you don't scram, if my wife comes, you won't have a chance. If killing wasn't illegal, Lin ran, letting Lu Rushue live for even one more second would mean he had lived this life in vain. He should find time to ask Brother Dao if there was any business in Southeast Asia. Lu Rushue froze. She had long been intimidated by Luo Yao's deep-rooted image. Hearing that Luo Yao might come, she hurriedly and dejectedly left with Hua Haney. As for Yu Qingnan, no one paid him any attention. Yu Qingnan could only leave silently. Lu Rushue and Hua Haney didn't go back to school, but went to the night color bar, planning to get drunk. She was very sad. What to do when sad? Naturally, find a way to forget her troubles, forget her sorrows. The two of them drank one glass after another. Nini, do you think Brother Lin ran really doesn't love me anymore? Hua Haney, of course, knew Lin ran didn't love her anymore, but she didn't want to say it outright. People like Lu Rushue, relying on their beauty, had always suppressed her, Hua Haney. When they met high-quality men, their attention was always on Lu Rushue. It was rare for someone to pay attention to her, and even then, it was to ask for Lu Rushue's contact information. Even as best friends, Hua Haney couldn't stand it. Why could Lu Rushue get the love of those people, while she could only be a sidekick? Rushue, don't give up. Even if Lin ran doesn't love you anymore, can't you pursue him? Lu Rushue frowned. She felt Hua Haney's words might have some objective problems. The current Lin ran didn't act like he was just angry with her, especially that look at night. She was almost scared to death. That Lin ran could also have such a terrifying look. Lu Rushue found it hard to believe. The two of them drank until late at night, until it was time to pay the bill. Waiter, no way. You don't have money again. Lu Rushue and Hua Haney looked at each other. Let's call Yu Qingnan. So Yu Qingnan once again became the sucker. But this time, Lu Rushue seemed to see Yu Qingnan's good side. Brother Lin ran. Why did you leave me? Lu Rushue murmured, leaning on Yu Qingnan. Rushue, I'm Qingnan. You are Lin ran. You are Lin ran. Lu Rushue directly threw herself into Yu Qingnan's arms. Brother Lin ran. Let's go to a hotel. I'll give myself to you. Yu Qingnan stood there dumbfounded. His heart ached, but he said okay. So the drunk Lu Rushue dazedly went to a hotel with Yu Qingnan. Pushing open the door, Lu Rushue quickly got into character. A minute later, Lu Rushue looked at Yu Qingnan with contempt. Rushue, it was my first time, I couldn't hold back. You won't blame me, right? Lu Rushue didn't say anything. She had already sobered up, or rather, she had been pretending to be drunk all along. The reason she came with Yu Qingnan was to possess him as if he were Lin Ran, and also to satisfy her own desires. Without saying a word, she left with her things. Her first time with Lin Ran, the memory was indeed too short. As for Lin Ran, who was being forcibly fantasized about by Lu Rushue, he had already returned to the manor. Luo Yao was quite happy. Although she hadn't gone with Lin Ran, she had sent a reward, hoping Xin Jingbing would continue his efforts. Aaron, I want. Mandarin ducks entwined, body and soul united. It was the most fervent expression of two people. Aaron, do you know? Every smile, every look from you can make me happy for a long time. You're my whole world. Your eyes can only have me. Lin Ran, you've done so much for me. I can only look at you. Yao Yao, there's something I want to tell you. You want to meet the Qin family. Lin Ran hadn't expected Luo Yao to guess it directly. Is it okay? It's okay. Luo Yao agreed immediately, but then added, but I want to go with you. You are my wife. Of course you have to come with me. Lin Ran thought this was only natural. Very good. I'd like to see if the Chan family has the guts to take you away from me. Lin Ran noticed Luo Yao's tone was off. You're not thinking of killing them all, are you? A corner of Luo Yao's mouth curled up. I do have that idea. Don't worry. No one can take me away from you, because I am yours. Then what if the Chun family forcibly kidnaps you? You think everyone is like you? Lin Ran was a bit exasperated, but Luo Yao just stared at him intently, waiting for his answer. Fine. If that's the case, you kill them. It's their bad luck. That's what Lin Ran said, and that's what he truly thought. The current Lin Ran had completely regarded Luo Yao as his everything, loving Luo Yao more than his own life. If the Chen family really angered the little demon, then they couldn't be blamed. Actually, Lin Ran also knew that Luo Yao wasn't the type of woman to find trouble for no reason. The people she troubled were mostly for two reasons. One, they offended him. Two, they offended her. And the Chen family. You'd better pray for yourselves. Don't do anything strange like try and kidnap him back. Late at night, in the utility room of Su Ran Company, Lin Tianba organized a family meeting. 3 were expected, 3 attended. Today, let's discuss running away. Lin Tianba started with a bombshell. Although Lu Yuanmei and Lin Jian were also prepared, hearing Lin Tianba say this still made them feel terrible. But Lin Tianba felt even worse. He had reached a dead end. The official deadline for vacating the property was fast approaching, and he had no way to deal with it. Furthermore, his plan to sell Lin Garden Splendor at a low price had completely failed. Even at a low price, no one was willing to buy Lin Garden Splendor anymore. Not even retail investors, let alone investment companies. It was under these circumstances that he planned to run away, leaving the problem to society. Husband, has it really come to this? Lin Tianba nodded. If we leave now, we can still have over 300 million left. If we don't leave now, I'm afraid we'll never have a chance to make a comeback in this lifetime. Lu Yuanmei frowned deeply, her hatred for Lin Ran reaching its peak. If Lin Ran hadn't sold his shares, how could the Lin family have ended up like this? Why don't you go beg little Ran, make him kowtow, and admit his mistake, then save you? Lin Tianba shook his head. Impossible. That rebellious son won't give money, nor will he kowtow and admit his mistake to me. Haven't you seen clearly by now? Lu Yuanmei was still in a cast, making movement very inconvenient, but her mouth wasn't idle. It's all that Luo Yao's fault. Little Ran was such a good child. She's the one who corrupted him. Lin Jian also said, yes, last time I saw brother so irritable, thinking of taking this suffering for brother. That's how I ended up in this state. That scoundrel is his father. Lu Yuanmei, son, you should just type. Lin Jian fell silent. Was all this suffering he endured worth it? Typing. Yes, last time I also saw my brother being so irritable, thinking of taking this suffering for him. That's how I ended up in this situation. Seeing Lin Jian's speech, Lu Yuanmei became even angrier. Even Lin Tianba felt an inexplicable surge of anger. Son, you're too naive. I told you kindness would be your undoing. You just wouldn't listen. Lu Yuanmei felt sorry for her son and quickly advised, husband, don't blame little Jian either. We'll let him have only this one brother. Let's talk about important matters first, like how to get revenge and how to escape. Revenge? You still want revenge? We're almost struggling to eat, and you're still thinking about revenge? Lu Yuanmei and Lin Jian both fell silent. Husband, since we plan to run away, let's return my parents' family's money. That's all their savings. Lu Yuanmei's idea was simple. She didn't care if the Lu family lived or died, but her 50 million had been saved for a full 10 years. I'll definitely return that money, but only after my assets have been completely transferred. Lin Tianba promised. All right, I'll listen to you. Lin Jian, I'll listen to you, Dad. Having received his family's agreement, Lin Tianba wanted to act quickly. Otherwise, he was afraid he'd be too slow and wouldn't be able to leave at all. Time moved to the next day. The World Bank also opened for business. Just as Lin Tianba was operating his fund movements, preparing to transfer them through a foreign exchange market account, police officers came knocking. Mr. Lin, the bank has detected an abnormality in your account and suspects you of illegally transferring assets. Therefore, your fund movements today will be returned to their original path within 1 hour, and your account will be subject to control. From now on, your funds cannot flow into overseas markets. You will be notified when the control is lifted. What? How can you do this? Just then, someone Lin Tianba didn't expect also arrived. Su Kai extended his hand. Mr. Lin, hello. I am Su Kai, entrusted by the bank, and given that your shares have been mortgaged to the bank, we are now controlling your funds. After seeing Su Kai, Lin Tianba felt like his whole world had collapsed. He finally realized something was wrong. It's you? You were the one who asked me to do the equity mortgage loan. So all of this was you. Lin Tianba finally understood. Someone had set him up to die without a burial place. Su Kai neither admitted nor denied. Now you have two paths. Either clear the bank loan, and you can naturally use your funds, or apply for bankruptcy, and along with your mortgage shares, everything will be handled by the bank. Lin Tianba panted heavily, feeling like he was about to suffocate. Even if he was stupid, he understood now. In the past, he only thought about making money, completely ignoring Su Kai, this small fry. Now he understood that Su Kai had been working for Lin Ran all along. Su Kai's firm specialized in serving the Luo group, and Lin Ran was precisely the one being kept by Luo Yao. The relationship here was actually very clear, but he had never thought about it in this way before, because he had always firmly believed that Lin Ran was just Luo Yao's plaything, and Luo Yao could abandon Lin Ran at any time, and certainly wouldn't let Su Kai serve Lin Ran specifically. The last time Su Kai helped Lin Ran sell shares, he also thought it was because Luo Yao had interests involved that she helped. Now it seemed this was clearly a trap set for him. They wanted him to have nothing. How ruthless, this rebellious son, completely disregarding the father-son relationship between them. You were sent by Lin Ran? No, it's a bank commission, Su Kai replied. This rebellious son, Lin Tianba roared. Seeing this, Su Kai frowned. Mr. Lin, actually you still have a third path. Lin Tianba seemed to grasp at a lifeline. What path? Su Kai once again extended his hand and said politely, let me reintroduce myself. I am lawyer Su Kai, entrusted by Mr. Lin Ran. I now wish to negotiate Mr. Lin Ran's acquisition of your company's shares. Please convene a shareholder meeting as soon as possible. What? Lin Ran wants to reacquire the shares. Yes, Mr. Lin. Please convene a shareholder meeting as soon as possible and leave the market quickly. It's your best choice. Lin Tianba was stunned. He suddenly felt there was a turning point in this matter. As long as Lin Ran was willing to pay to acquire his shares, then even if he lost the Su Ran group, he could make a comeback. He spent $1 billion to acquire Lin Ran's shares, which was 30% of his shares. Lin Ran was acquiring 51% of his shares. If he took a small loss and sold them to Lin Ran for $15 billion, wouldn't that be great? With $15 billion plus the more than $300 million he had left, that's a total of $18 billion. Then, paying off the $10 billion bank loan, he would still have $8 billion left. How happy would life be then? However, after the shareholder meeting was convened, Lin Tianba realized he had been thinking too simply. All right, this time I'll let this rebellious son take this big advantage. I'll notify them immediately. At the latest, a shareholder meeting can be convened in 3 days. Su Kai nodded politely, indicating his approval of Lin Tianba's attitude. Lin Tianba was as happy as a child on the spot and even notified his wife and son. Lu Yuemei breathed a sigh of relief. I told you little Ran wouldn't really ignore us. This time, let him take this advantage for $15 billion. Lin Jian frowned and typed. But brother doesn't seem to have that much money. Lin Tianba snorted coldly. If he can't produce it, I won't sell him these shares. Isn't he being kept by Luo Yao? Then let him go to his sponsor. At the mention of Luo Yao, Lin Jian's eyes filled with desolation. Once Lin Ran acquired the shares, he, Lin Jian, would become a young master from a wealthy family again. Maybe then Luo Yao would spare him a glance or two. Another day passed. At noon, Lin Ran dressed neatly to pick up Luo Yao. They had already arranged to meet the Chun family at the Panga Hotel. Lin Ran brought Luo Yao for 2 reasons. First, Luo Yao was his legitimate wife, and bringing his wife to meet his family was reasonable and proper. Second, he wanted to tell the Chun family how much he adored Luo Yao, that no one was more important to him than his wife. This would also reassure Luo Yao that he would absolutely not neglect her because he had family. If the Chun family were good people, then everyone would be happy. If the Chun family were like the Lin family, then Lin Ran would disown them on the spot. If the Chun family really wanted to kidnap him, then sorry, your family might have to be eliminated. Accompanying Lin Ran, besides Luo Yao, was Wu Zhishang. He wasn't invited by Lin Ran but by Chun Qingtian. After all, Wu Zhishang had played a role in the middle. Otherwise, Chun Qingtian wouldn't have confirmed Lin Ran's identity so quickly. At the Panga Hotel, the Chun family, Old Master Chen Xiao, eldest son Chen Yinshi, second son Chen Yinluan, youngest daughter Chen Jima, and several of their children, were all present. There was also an old lady in a wheelchair. Though a woman, her expression was stern. She was Chen Zhao's wife, Su Jiangwo. Yes, a woman named Su Jiangwo, because she was born in the year of the founding of China. If anyone underestimated her, they would be mistaken. Su Jiangwo was one of the few female generals in the era of New China, having done many things for China throughout her life. Yi Lingling walked up to them. Everyone, mister. Lin will be here soon. You should go inside and wait. Chen Xiao immediately waved his hand. Not long, not long. This child is really something. As his maternal grandfather, I could have arranged it. He had to act on his own, what a waste. We're fine waiting here. At this time, Chen Qingtian spoke up. Grandpa, there's something I didn't tell you. Cousin is the owner of this hotel. Chen Xiao what? Chen Xiao was stunned. Although he was from a red family, politically influential, in terms of assets, he really didn't have that much. Now that you mention it, I just remembered something. I recall little Rant's wife seems to be. Before Chen Xiao could finish, a convoy of luxury cars stopped at the hotel entrance. Lin Ran got out first, then reached out to help Luo Yao. Wu Zhishang got out another car. Everyone hurried forward. Even Su Jiangwo in her wheelchair, whose face usually showed no emotion, had a kind expression. Little Ran. As soon as Chen Xiao opened his mouth, he couldn't hold it in and instantly turned into a weeping old man. Su Jiangwo, beside him, quickly patted her husband. Stop crying. You're scaring little Ran. At this time, Chen Yinshi, as the eldest uncle, also came over and looked Lin Ran up and down. He recognized Lin Ran at a glance as the child in the photo. Even after so many years, he still retained some features. Moreover, Chen Yinshi was absolutely certain that Lin Ran was his eldest nephew. No other reason, the two of them looked too much alike. Lin Ran was a bit taller than Chen Yinshi, thinner, with more refined features, better skin, younger and brighter eyes. In other aspects, they were very similar. Huh, so this is little Ran. I'm your eldest uncle. Qingtian, this girl was right. We two really do look alike. Chen Xiao, now crying, said it's all my fault. Last time I felt little Ran was familiar, but I didn't realize this. My fault. Then he looked resentfully at Chen Yinshi. You too. I'm tired of looking at you. The first time I saw little Ran, I didn't even notice these things. Chen Yinshi scratched his head. Dad, can this be blamed on me too? Chen Yinluan and Chen Jima also introduced themselves. Little Ran, I'm your second uncle. Lin Ran, eldest uncle, second uncle, both are uncles. The younger generation of the Chun family all greeted Lin Ran politely. It seemed very normal, but in reality, they were all a little pleasantly surprised. They hadn't expected their newly recognized brother/cousin to be quite handsome. Chen Jima, little Ran, I'm your youngest aunt. So this is your wife. She's so beautiful. You two are such a good match. Why? Does she look a bit familiar? Everyone looked at Luo Yao. They had noticed this woman earlier. It was impossible not to. This woman was too beautiful, and her aura was too cold. No one could ignore her. At this moment, Chen Xiao also shivered and stood up abruptly. He had been overwhelmed by joy and had only just remembered a major detail. Lin Ran's wife. Wasn't she President Luo Yao? Lin Ran had told him when he went to the Education Bureau last time. But he, as the maternal grandfather, hadn't even recognized his own grandson. He really deserved to die. Lin Ran smiled and began the formal introductions. Grandpa, Grandma, eldest uncle, second uncle, youngest aunt, cousin, and all my brothers and sisters, let me formally introduce myself. My name is Lin Ran, and this is my wife, Luo Yao. What? Who is cousin's wife? Chen Qingtian was also stunned. She only knew Lin Ran was married, but she really didn't know who his wife was. No wonder, that time at the auction, cousin said Panga Hotel was a gift from his wife. At that time, Chen Qingtian thought Lin Ran was just being modest and talking nonsense. Now she knew she had really overthought it. Who was Luo Yao? Gifting her husband a hotel was a piece of cake. I want to make money too. I want to be a woman like Luo Yao. Chen Qingtian screamed internally. Luo Yao? Which Luo Yao? From the Luo group. Everyone was shocked. At this time, Chen Xiao hurriedly nodded at Luo Yao. President Luo, hello. Haha, I didn't expect it. Our little Ran actually managed to marry you. What great deeds did he do in his past life? Lin Ran was very satisfied with the Chun family's reaction. Only at this moment did he feel that bit of kinship. Although Luo Yao was cold on the surface, she still spoke. Aaron and I are husband and wife. You are Aaron's family, which means you're also my family. But if you want to take him away from me, then you can also not be my family. Everyone? What is she talking about? At this moment, Su Jiangwo smiled. Lin Ran's earlier grandma had almost brought her tears. When she learned that Lin Ran's wife was Luo Yao, she had been a little worried. She feared that her ill-fated grandson was with Luo Yao for material reasons. Now, it seemed that wasn't the case. Seeing Luo Yao's attitude, she knew Luo Yao must love Lin Ran very much. Granddaughter-in-law, don't get excited. We won't take little Ran away from you. On the contrary, since you're little Ran's wife, you are also our family. As your grandmother, I have a gift for you. Saying this, Su Jiangwo took off a very lustrous bracelet from her wrist and gave it to Luo Yao on the spot. I originally intended to pass this bracelet to little Ran's mother, but now there's no chance. Today, I'll pass it to you on her mother's behalf. From now on, you're the granddaughter-in-law of our Chun family. If little Ran bullies you, just tell me. Luo Yao stared blankly at Su Jiangwo's actions, silent throughout. Her heart seemed to feel something different. What was it? Luo Yao was sure this feeling had never appeared in her before. Chen Qingtian proactively took Luo Yao's arm. Luo Yao exuded an icy, murderous aura. But Chen Qingtian didn't care at all. Instead, she widened her eyes and asked, Sister-in-law, what brand of cosmetics do you use? Your skin is so well-maintained. Tell me, okay? Please. Chen Qingtian's behavior left Luo Yao somewhat stunned. I use products from our pharmaceutical company. Luo Yao's light makeup was simply the pinnacle of beauty. Even Chen Qingtian was incredibly envious. Chun Jima also sidled over. The Chun family seemed to inherently have a bit of that social something in them. Lin Ran remembered Chen Qingtian daring to boldly ask for a dance at their first meeting and even giving on-the-spot lessons with Wu Zhishang. Looking at it now, it really was a case of birds of a feather flocking together. However, Lin Ran didn't dislike this feeling. The group of people thronged into the hotel. Luo Yao's initially icy demeanor was somewhat broken through. If these people weren't Lin Ran's family, she would have lost it long ago. In the private room, the large family exchanged toasts, taking turns toasting Lin Ran, each offering words of blessing. However, Lin Ran used water instead of wine. He was afraid of being tied up by Luo Yao again if he got drunk. He was traumatized. The Chen family didn't say anything. Their family didn't have a so-called drinking table culture. During this time, no one mentioned Lin Ran's mother, as there were juniors present, and some things were not appropriate to say openly. Plus, Lin Ran had already learned about the feud between Chen Xiao and her father through Chen Qingtian, and Chen Xiao had also learned about her daughter's suffering through Lin Ran's account. Everyone tacitly chose to temporarily skip this somewhat sorrowful topic, planning to discuss it later when there was an opportunity. Little Ran, I heard from your grandfather that you've opened a real estate company now. If you have any difficulties, just tell me. Your uncle, I still know a few people in construction. Lin Ran politely said, then I won't trouble uncle. If something happens, my wife will help me sort it out. With one sentence, Chen Yinluan was left speechless. Right, his wife was Luo Yao. Even if he had some achievements, he couldn't compare to the world's #1 plutocrat. Little Ran, don't you also have a media company? If you need approvals in the future, you can find me. Your auntie, I have connections in the broadcasting bureau. My wife can handle it. Chun Jima was stunned, also realizing her predicament. Come on, his wife is Luo Yao. With such a wife, what difficulties could he have? It would be merciful if he didn't create difficulties for others. Little Ran, your cousin forget it, I'm not as good as them. Lin Ran's eyes darted. Cousin, you can actually help me. I want to shoot a short drama right now, and I'm missing a female lead. You can make a guest appearance. A female lead is called a guest appearance? Just then, Chen Yinshi spoke up directly. Qingtian, didn't you say you were a freelancer in the entertainment industry? Why don't you sign with your cousin's company? Lin Ran was stunned, then immediately flattered him. That would be great. Cousin is the #1 beauty in the entertainment industry. It's my honor to have her join the company. Chun Ching Tian quickly waved her hands. Cousin, you're exaggerating. Haha, is that how others see me? Ha! Lin Ran nudged Wu Zhishang. Wu Zhishang, why are you nudging me? Lin Ran, you damn. Don't you know how to recruit? Wu Zhishang immediately reacted. Yes, that's what we were thinking. I'm still your fan. If you come to the company, I'll be so happy I'll jump up in my sleep and slap myself to see if it's real. Chun Ching Tian was flattered beyond words, but didn't say whether she would join the company or not. Lin Ran sighed and helplessly threw up his hands. She was an A-list star, and his was a new media company. It was normal if she didn't come. Unexpectedly, Chun Ching Tian's next sentence was nonchalant. Sure, I've been floating around enough lately, but I'm very expensive. Lin Ran immediately assured her. No problem. Money matters go to my wife. My wife lacks nothing but money. I even have to rely on her to support me. Chun Ching Tian looked at Luo Yao with stars in her eyes. She really wanted to be a woman like Luo Yao, and so the matter was happily settled. Luo Yao gave Lin Ran an unexpected glance. She hadn't expected Lin Ran to so casually say, I even have to rely on my wife to support me. As for Lin Ran's thoughts, he just wanted to clearly tell the world that he was a kept man. He liked everything about Luo Yao, and Luo Yao loved supporting him. So he would let her support him, let her feel that he couldn't live without her. However, the Chen family didn't show any disdain for Lin Ran. They were even quite envious. The number of people who wanted to live off Luo Yao probably stretched from here to France. Their little Ran had this ability. Others couldn't even dream of it. Everyone enjoyed the meal, including Luo Yao, who seemed to dislike the Chun family a little less. But that was on the premise that they wouldn't divide Lin Ran's love for her in the future. Otherwise, Luo Yao would still turn hostile and disown them. If she said she'd get rid of your whole family, she'd get rid of your whole family. After the meal, Lin Ran had Wu Zhishang take Chun Ching Tian back to the company to sign the contract. Chun Ching Tian pouted. In such a hurry? Lin Ran said matter-of-factly. Of course, otherwise, who would I go to if you change your mind? Wu Zhishang nodded. Exactly. The #1 beauty coming to our company. Just thinking about it makes me happy. Ha. #1 beauty? Yes. What did you call me last time? Wu Zhishang immediately raised his hands in surrender. I'm a dog man. I can't speak. I can only woof woof. Only then did Chun Ching Tian smile again, but then she asked a question that left Wu Zhishang dumbfounded on the spot. Wu Zhishang, you haven't fallen in love with me, have you? No. A word of advice, don't love me. It won't work out because I'll knife you. Wu Zhishang was silent for a very, very long time. Lin Ran, on the other hand, said goodbye to the Chun family, preparing to leave with Luo Yao. Yao, Grandma really likes you. Come visit Grandma's house more often when you have time. Little Ran has also troubled you all these years. To this world, our Ran might be a trouble. To me, he is the entire world. Su Jiangwo was very surprised by Luo Yao's answer. What have they been through to love each other so deeply? Little Ran, when you're not busy, bring Yao over to visit. Although Grandma has difficulty moving, her cooking is still very good. Got it, Grandma. We'll be leaving now. Su Jiangwo nodded. She liked Lin Ran very much. Perhaps it was also a way to channel her years of longing for her daughter. She and Shin Xiao used to be just as stubborn and single-minded. With societal changes and advancing age, they had both learned to let go. Lin Ran got into the car with Luo Yao. You old geezer. You met little Ran long ago. Why didn't you tell me? Hey, old woman, don't move. I'll come over and let you hit me. I only found out the day before yesterday that little Ran is our grandson. It's all that girl Ching Tian's fault. She kept it a secret and didn't tell us. She only showed me the blood relationship test report when we were about to meet. When that girl comes home, I'll beat her to death. You still want to hit my granddaughter? Huh? Did I say that? In the luxury car, Lin Ran lay directly on Luo Yao's lap, the soft feeling making him increasingly addicted. Wife, how did I do? All right, but I want to know, who is the #1 beauty? Of course it's you. Do you even need to ask such a question? Then what about Chun Ching Tian? Those were just compliments to get her to join the company. Besides, she can only be considered a beauty in the entertainment industry. You are the #1 beauty in the world. Aran, remember, you don't need to compliment anyone. It's their turn to compliment you. Whatever you want, I will get it for you. Lin Ran raised his hand to stroke Luo Yao's hair, saying softly, Noted. Who made my wife Luo Yao? As if remembering something, Luo Yao's brow furrowed slightly. Aran, I need to confirm something. Will you learn from Lin Jian? Lin Ran was stunned, not understanding the meaning of this sentence. What do you mean? Orthopedic expert. Lin Ran. Yao, you're too amazing. You even know about Lin Jian's thing. You really can't hide anything from you. Lin Ran thought he was the only one in the world who knew about this. But unexpectedly, Luo Yao also knew. Answer me. Lin Ran said, half amused, half exasperated. Don't worry, I don't have that thing for it. And besides you, I don't want any other woman. If you stop loving me, I'll grab you and tie you to my side, never to escape. Walk the Yandera's path, leaving the Yandera with no path to walk. The corners of Luo Yao's mouth curved into that beautiful arc. Men are not allowed either. Lin Ran. No, my sexual orientation is normal. You know that. A Yandera's heart always carries strong possessiveness, even if she has received the promise she wanted. I don't care about Chun Qing Tian, Lu Rushua, Hua Haney, or Zhang Xiaowan. Aran, remember, whoever entangles with you, I'll get rid of them. Lin Ran swallowed. That Lu Rushua, I'm still torturing her. Zhang Xiaowan, I have no contact with her at all. Chun Qing Tian is my cousin. I won't perform orthopedic surgery. Hua Haney is a bit disgusting. Yao, if you like getting rid of people, go get rid of her. Luo Yao's eyes gradually returned to their usual state. She didn't need anyone's affection other than Lin Ran's, including the Luo family and the Chun family. Okay, if she seeks death, I'll grant it to her. Luo Yao was quite satisfied with Lin Ran's performance today, so she gave Lin Ran a considerable reward. At the same time, she wanted to use her own abilities to tie Lin Ran down. As long as Lin Ran was willing, she would pay any price. Accompanied by little tadpoles looking for Mama playing on a living room TV, Lin Ran and Luo Yao also completed today's task. Wife, I want to film our story into a short video using exaggerated methods. I believe it will definitely be a hit. What do you think? Will I play the female lead? No, I won't act either. Just let Zhang Xiaolong and the others act. Zhang Xiaolong, Wu Zhishang as the male lead, Chun Qing Tian as the female lead. Oh, then it's up to you. We might need to use our manner. Do you mind if I bring people over to film? Luo Yao hung on Lin Ran and said, You are the master of this house. Even I have to listen to you. Of course, you have the final say. Lin Ran was deeply moved. Wife, aren't you afraid of our relationship being exposed? Lin Ran had previously understood that Luo Yao didn't care about these things at all, but he still needed to confirm. Of course not. If our Ran wants to make it public anytime. Luo Yao actually really wanted to make her relationship with Lin Ran public. She wanted to tell the whole world. This man is mine. All of you better watch out. Don't cling to him like blind people. It's disgusting. Luo Yao's gaze truly made Lin Ran love her. He gently tapped her nose. Wife, do you still need to act with me? Our life is a live broadcast. We don't even need rehearsals. Luo Yao. Then let's broadcast for a lifetime. Lin Ran. First, my body must be good. The phone rang. Lin Ran glanced at it. It was Su Kai. After listening for a few sentences, Lin Ran smiled. Yao, I think Lin Tianba is completely finished this time. Luo Yao was silent for a moment. Aran, if anything happens, you must tell me. Of course. The next morning, Lin Ran brought his team of bodyguards and lawyers and directly stormed into Saran Group. For such an important moment today, he decided to personally attend Saran Group's shareholder meeting. And in the meeting room upstairs, most of the major and minor shareholders had already arrived. Among them were a few new faces, new shareholders who had recently acquired shares at a low price. And that major shareholder, Chu Tianyang, had not sold his shares. Lin Tianba, sitting in the head seat today, was truly shining with brilliance. His own son had come to resolve the company crisis. Damn it. Let those who look down on him see how capable his son was. Soon, Lin Ran swaggered into the meeting room with a bustling crowd, and without a word, went directly to the main seat. You go stand over there. Lin Tianba. Little Ran, what did you say? I said, you stand there. Lin Ran said, word by word. Lin Tianba was about to resist when he met Lin Ran's fierce gaze. He was so frightened that he jumped up and immediately left the main seat. Huh? Why am I afraid of this rebellious son? But his gaze just now was terrifying. What's going on? This scene fell into the eyes of the others in the meeting room, and they all despised Lin Tianba in their hearts. You didn't treat your son well in the past, and now you're being manipulated by him like this. What a failure as a person. Standing beside the meeting room, Lin Tianba awkwardly scratched his head, thinking that it was normal for leaders to stand while speaking. Everyone, I'm sorry to call you all here again so soon. Today, we will discuss the issue of share sales. Lin Ran had just sat down when he said coldly, Who told you to speak? Lin Tianba. I am the chairman. If I don't speak, who will? Lin Ran directly slammed a stack of documents on the table. I have to go home and cook for my wife later. I don't have time to waste with you. Lin Ran himself hadn't realized that he was unconsciously thinking about Luo Yao all the time. Everyone, I'll be direct. This is my acquisition proposal, 7 million per share. Those who want to sell can find my lawyer to sign the contract on the spot. The money will be available immediately. I'll only give you 1 hour. What? Lin Tianba's eyes widened. When I bought your shares, it was over 33 million per share. It's only been a short month, and you're only offering 7 million? Lin Ran. Chairman Lin, have you forgotten something? Lin Tianba. Lin Ran gave a look, and Wang Bao, behind him, rushed towards Lin Tianba. Lin Tianba was startled. Dad, this thing called the bottom line is broken time and time again. Lin Tianba had called Lin Ran dad before, so the second and third times weren't so difficult to say. Shu Tianyang couldn't help but laugh out loud. Sorry, young Master Lin, please continue. Shu Tianyang's shares have been listed but not yet sold, so they were temporarily still under his name. Lin Ran suspiciously sized up Shu Tianyang. He had seen this person a few times when he was young. He didn't know why he was laughing so happily, and his smile seemed to have a fawning quality to it. Everyone, Saran Group is no longer the Saran Group it once was. Its value has shrunk significantly. Even if I don't say it, I believe you all know this. Many of you here today were veterans who founded Saran with my mother. Now I am willing to acquire your shares. Although 7 million is not much, it's still something, right? If Saran Group goes bankrupt, you might not get a single cent. At this point, Lin Ran laid another trap. However, if you don't want to sell your shares, then work hard with me in the company. I guarantee that Saran Group will be revived. Same old saying, I'll only wait for you for 1 hour. After an hour, Lin Ran had to go back and cook for Luo Yao. After all, if you don't sell your shares, the worst that can happen is bankruptcy. But if his wife goes hungry for a meal, she'll feel uncomfortable. The shareholders stared at each other, not knowing what to say. But Lin Ran's eyes were firm now, giving them the same reassuring feeling as Su Yinyan back then. Lin Tianba, rebellious dad, are you done with this charade? Lin Ran. Then, Chairman Lin, want to sell your stock? Lin Tianba gritted his teeth. He was completely finished now. He probably couldn't escape. Selling the shares would only yield 350 million. Adding what he had on hand, it was only 700 million, not even enough to pay back the bank. He'd spent 3 billion on Lin Ran, and now it had directly become 350 million, a net loss of 900 million. This was somewhat unacceptable to him. But if he didn't sell, he would be dragged down. When the time came for bankruptcy liquidation, he wouldn't get a single penny. Even if assets exceeded liabilities, it would take a long time to get that little bit of money, and it was highly probable he wouldn't get any money. Dad, I have no objection to you buying their shares at 7 million per share, but the shares I hold were sold to me by you. You can't let me lose so much in just 1 month, can you? Lin Ran smiled and said, there are no fathers and sons in business, Tianba. Sell or not, just one word. As long as you say no, I'll turn around and leave without another word. Lin Tianba's face was ugly as he gritted his teeth and said, I sell. He really had no choice but to settle for second best. Get the money first, then slowly make a comeback. Kneel and beg me. Lin Ran put away his previous mockery, looking serious. What did you say? I said, kneel and beg me, otherwise I won't buy a single share from you today. From the moment Lin Ran entered the meeting room, first making Lin Tianba stand, then forcing him to call him dad, then forcing him to sell shares, and now making him kneel, Lin Ran had broken Lin Tianba's bottom line in times in just a few minutes. So, Lin Tianba was no different from certain scumbags and shameless women, completely without a bottom line. Lin Tianba struggled internally, closed his eyes, and slowly knelt down. Dad, I beg you to buy my shares. Lin Ran felt a sense of satisfaction. Punishing you with your own methods, how does that feel? Soon, the legal team completed the transaction, signing the contracts on the spot. Lin Ran. Is there anyone else who wants to sell shares? If you have feelings for Saran Group, if you believe in me, Lin Ran, I naturally won't let you lose out. If you want to exit, I also support it. At this time, Chu Tianyang stood up. I've decided I'll follow young Master Lin. Chu Tianyang knew very well that this Lin Ran was Boss Luo's man. Although he didn't know how Lin Ran planned to revive Saran Group, just based on the fact that Lin Ran was Boss Luo Yao's man, he had to follow this time. There was a 99% chance he wouldn't lose. Taking a step back, even if he incurred losses, he didn't care, because as long as he followed Lin Ran, he would eventually earn back what he lost. He was very sure of this. Chu Tianyang's statement shocked everyone present. They didn't understand why this investment master would go back on his word. Did Lin Ran really have such magic? Lin Tianba was the chairman, but for these shareholders, Chu Tianyang was their stabilizing force. A company Chu Tianyang was in was a place that would make money. Thus, I'm not selling either. I'll follow young Master Lin. Young Master Lin, from now on, you're my boss. Please guide me. I'd better sell. My family needs money. Various situations arose, but most people still chose to temporarily retain their shares. Thus, Lin Ran spent 500 million and successfully acquired 70% of Saran Group shares. Chu Tianyang held 15% of the shares, and all the remaining shareholders together held only 15% of the shares. Lin Tianba was dumbfounded. He always felt that something was not right. After all this, in the entire Saran Group, he was the only major shareholder who was kicked out. Lin Ran stood up, walked step by step to Lin Tianba, patted his face and said, "Unexpected, isn't it, my unfilial Bara? From now on, our roles are reversed. Take your money and live out the last few days of your life as a rich man." Lin Tianba. Lin Ran, you just wait. Lin Ran smiled. All right, I've already had Su Kai contact the bank. Given your excessive debt, the bank might choose to default and demand early repayment from you. Lin Tianba was struck as if by lightning, staring at Lin Ran with wide eyes, his mouth agape, unable to utter a sound for a long time. If the bank demanded early repayment, he would never have a chance to make a comeback. Although the bank would have to pay some penalties for doing so, compared to such a large sum, it was indeed a drop in the bucket. The key was that he didn't have enough funds to repay the bank now, even with the money from selling the shares. If all this money was taken away, what would he use to stage a comeback? As Lin Tianba neared collapse, Lin Ran decided to add more fuel to the fire. There's one more thing I forgot to tell you. Actually, next to Linyuan Shengjing, there's no garbage dump at all. The garbage dump is in the suburbs. And next to Linyuan Shengjing is the real Jingda affiliated primary school. The billboard you saw, I had someone put it up. Anyway, it's all my project, so a little promotion doesn't hurt. What? Shock, horror, suffocation. Lin Tianba was instantly dumbfounded. He finally understood where the problem lay. It turned out that Lin Ran was behind all of this. Rebellious son. With a slap, Lin Ran retracted his hand and took a towel from Wang Bao, carefully wiping it. Lin Tianba finally succumbed to his anger and spat out a large mouthful of blood. Wang Bao immediately opened an umbrella to shield Lin Ran from the blood mist. Lin Tianba collapsed on the ground, his eyes filled with terror, pointing at Lin Ran. He couldn't finish his sentence after several years. Lin Ran thought to himself, with this mentality, you still want to make a comeback? You must be dreaming. This person is no longer part of our company. Drag him out. The security personnel outside the meeting room immediately took their weapons and dragged their former boss out. At this moment, everyone who hadn't left the meeting room was dumbfounded. They had heard Lin Ran's words clearly. No one had expected that Lin Ran, who had seemed unassuming for so many years, would play a trump card as soon as he made a move. Not only did he turn the tables and subdue Lin Tianba, but he also resolved the company crisis in one fell swoop. No, it wasn't resolved. The company never had a so-called crisis. All of this was just a scheme orchestrated by Lin Ran. Everyone looked at Lin Ran, feeling not only admiration, but also fear. This Lin Ran was ruthless and decisive in his actions, terrifyingly so. At this moment, the few people who had sold their shares were regretting it deeply, blaming themselves for being blind. However, they didn't show much emotion. Investment was like that. No regrets once a decision was made. After all, not everyone was as shameless as Lin Tianba. Suddenly, a clamor of voices was heard, and a security guard rushed in to report. Not good. Those homebuyers have broken in. Lin Ran, let them in. The security guard was stunned and looked around. Chu Tianyang, are you f***ing deaf? Didn't you hear what the boss said? The security guard reacted and quickly went out. Soon, a group of people burst into the meeting room. Where's Lin Tianba? Where's he? Tell him to come out. I'm going to kill him. Lin Ran, everyone calm down. He has already transferred all his shares to me. I will handle your matters. Little brat, how are you going to handle it? Lin Ran frowned. What do you want? A refund. All right, someone, give him a refund. And remember his information. If he comes to buy again next time, increase the price by 20%. The man laughed. Ha! You think I'd come back to buy your garbage houses? Dream on. At this moment, all the shareholders in the meeting room looked at the man clamoring for a refund as if he were an idiot. Soon, the man completed the refund procedure and received the money on the spot. Saran Group's actions stunned the homeowners who had come to cause trouble. They had been coming to make trouble for more than a day or two. Why was this young man so straightforward today? Lin ran. Anyone who wants a refund can get one now. But I remind you, Lin Yuan Shengjing is indeed a school district property. I'm saying this now, and there's video evidence. If anyone gets a refund and then wants to buy again, I'm sorry, we won't sell. The group of people looked at each other. They had organized 50 or 60 people to break in today, precisely to get refunds. As for what Lin Ran said, capitalists were blood-sucking animals. Not a single word could be trusted. Thus, most of them chose to get refunds. Lin Ran arranged for them to queue up at the finance office. Only a few people quietly left. There were still some smart people in this world. After Lin Tianba was dragged out, Lin Ran remembered that his 2 dogs seemed to still be living in the company. Suddenly feeling playful, he looked at the time. There was still half an hour before he had to go back and cook. Where are Lu Yuanmei and Lin Jian? At this moment, Lin Tianba's former secretary quickly said, in the converted utility room on the 7th floor. Lin Ran smiled. Uncle Chu, I'll leave things here to you. I'm going first. Chu Tinyong immediately panicked, quickly trotting to Lin Ran's side and whispering, Young Master Lin, please don't call me that. I can't bear it. Uncle Chu, you're an old acquaintance of my mother. Of course you can bear me calling you uncle. Chu Tinyong scratched his head and said, Young Master Lin, although I know President Su, I also work for President Luo. You are President Luo's husband. How can you call me uncle? He said this very quietly, and no one else heard. Lin Ran blinked. Luo Yao. Yes, last time it was President Luo who arranged for me to list the shares, which tricked Lin Tianba into sacrificing an arm to survive. Lin Ran suddenly understood. So Luo Yao had been by his side all along. All right then, you'll be the chairman of Saran Group from now on. Chu Tinyong stood there stunned. Young Master Lin had resolved the group's crisis with a single move. Anyone who wasn't a fool knew that Saran Group was about to reach the next level. At such a critical moment, young Master Lin directly handed the group over to him. What immense trust this was. All his years of hard work, and with just one sentence from young Master Lin, he had reached a new realm. If he became the chairman of Saran Group, would he still need to invest everywhere? Living those days of making a little and losing a little? Investing was like stocks. Only a small handful could make money. Chu Tinyong was just at the bottom of that small handful. What you thought were trends were actually all fleeting clouds. Looking back, being at the starting point was already good. Most people were regressing. Boss, rest assured, I will definitely work hard and build Saran Group into the best real estate company. Lin Ran nodded. Then, Chairman Chu, we'll meet again. Boss, please attend to your business. Lin Ran brought his people to the utility room on the 7th floor. As soon as he entered, he was driven out by the stench. Damn it, is this a pigsty? Lin Ran had someone go in and bring the people out. Several well-trained bodyguards covered their mouths and noses as soon as they entered. When Lin Jian and Lu Yuanmei were brought out, they were still shouting loudly about something. Lin Jian, change Ha Wu, change Ha Wu. Lu Yuanmei, who are you? It's illegal for you to trespass like this, do you know? Lin Ran looked at the mother and son with a smile. Private residence? This is Saran Group's territory. Your husband has already sold Saran Group. Naturally, I have to invite you out. Little Ran, brother, Wang Bao brought over a chair. Lin Ran sat down assertively, looking down at the 2 people pressed to the ground. One disabled, one mute. Interesting. Beat them up first. Brother Wang, this time it's up to you. Wang Bao immediately became excited. He had disliked this mother and son for a long time. In the past, Lin Ran often angered the young lady, and many times it was because of this mother and son. Watching Wang Bao slowly walk towards them, both of them screamed in terror. Don't come over. Brother, Chi Lu Fa Guowu. Lin Ran mocked expressionlessly. This is your punishment for turning our company's utility room into a pigsty. What? Is your whole family disabled? Eat, sleep, eat? Can't even do basic cleaning? Are you useless? Suddenly feeling a bit rude, Lin Ran quickly corrected himself. I'm sorry, I insulted disabled people. I deserve to die. They are much stronger than you. As Lin Ran spoke, he slapped himself and silently apologized in his heart. Disabled people deserve respect. Even if life is not satisfactory, they try their best to face it. This optimistic and tenacious attitude is very respectable and lovely. He shouldn't have been quick to curse Lin Jian and his mother as disabled. They didn't deserve it. May all these lovely and respectable people in the world be safe and sound forever. and may their lives be free from suffering. Wang Bao was very professional. He first stuffed socks into their mouths, then wrapped them with tape to ensure their screams wouldn't offend young Master Lin's ears. Then he began to target their vital areas, very painful but not fatal. After all, Lin Ran hadn't given the order, and he wouldn't kill people without reason. Whoa. No matter how Lin Jian and his mother let out horrifying screams, tears, and snot flying everywhere from their faces, Lin Ran didn't let Wang Bao stop. Wang Bao also used all the skills he had learned in his life, making Lin Jian and his mother wish they were dead, screaming in agony. But on the surface, no injuries were visible. Gradually, both of them completely fainted. Splash Them Awake continued. Even the plaster cast that hadn't been removed was violently taken off by Wang Bao. During this time, their mobile phones kept ringing. Without thinking, he knew it was Lin Tianba looking for them. What a rotten family, Lin Ran commented. Only after they had fainted for an unknown number of times, and Lin Ran glanced at the time, did he let Wang Bao stop. Covering his mouth and nose, he approached them, took out 2 mobile phones from their bodies, unlocked them with their faces, and then began to browse. He didn't know until he looked, but he was shocked when he did. In Liu Yuemei's QQ, Lin Ran clicked Settings, Privacy, Hide Conversations, and sure enough, he saw what he liked to see. Nothing else, just familiarity. In his previous life, to avoid being discovered by Luo Yao, Lin Ran had done just that. Many people like to hide things they don't want others to see very deeply. Coincidentally, Lin Ran was that skilled worker. Who was Liu Yuemei guarding against? Of course, it was Lin Tianba. Between spouses, between lovers, if you want to get along well with the other person, never explore their mobile phone, because that is very likely to be the forbidden zone of emotions, the potion for breaking up. Of course, if you want to find a reason to break up, checking the other person's mobile phone might be a very direct way. Disclaimer: the above method is not recommended. If you do not listen to advice, the author will not be responsible for any consequences. May the other half of the readers be pure love. Lin Ran's eyes were directly assaulted by Liu Yuemei's phone. Good heavens, Liu Yuemei was even doing naked chats? This was too damn eye-searing. What was this? Liu Yuemei's lover, a toad relying on a frog, dressed plainly but playing wildly. Lin Ran felt his eyes needed a good wash. He looked at other private content, including WeChat and Taobao. A transfer message made him fall into deep thought. This mother and son had actually saved so much money over the years. But why did she give it all to Lin Tianba in the end? Was it because of that share acquisition? On what grounds did she hand it over? No matter what ridiculous reason, it probably only fooled someone like Lin Tianba. He then looked at Lin Jian's phone. My God, what was in this photo album? Wait, isn't this Liu Ruxue? He actually recorded this kind of video? Damn, so eye-searing. Lin Jian was indeed an orthopedic expert. His existence let Lin Ran know the diversity of this world. He really knew how to play. Lin Ran chuckled as he transferred all these things to his own phone, then stuffed their phones back onto their bodies. This round, there was an unexpected gain. Fun. If this matter was exposed, then Liu Ruxue and Lin Jian would be completely famous in school. He just didn't know how much Lin Tianba knew. Now was not the time. Lin Tianba still had money now. Liu Yuemei would definitely try to please him. Wait until Lin Tianba was completely destitute, then tell him the truth. Let him know the most devastating news when he was at his lowest. He didn't know what Lin Tianba would do then. If he could kill these two, Lin Ran would have to give him a thumbs up. Just then, Lin Jian's phone rang again. Lin Ran picked it up. Old man, what's up? Lin Ran? Why do you have little Jian's phone? What did you do to them? Let them go quickly. Lin Ran narrowed his eyes. Even at this moment, he couldn't understand Lin Tianba's thought process. What kind of father could be so completely biased? Now that Lin Ran had become like this, Lin Tianba had an undeniable connection. In other words, the past Lin Ran was already dead. Now, there was a Lin Ran who no longer had a father at his eyes. And the one who killed Lin Ran was not Lin Jian and his mother or Liu Ruxue who pushed him off the rooftop. Nor was it Luo Yao who loved him to the bone and died for him. It was Lin Tianba's favoritism. To say favoritism was to overestimate Lin Tianba. He had no love at all. Everything was caused by him, Lin Tianba. Them, they're already half dead. What? You madman. Aren't you afraid I'll call the police? Lin Tianba's angry voice came through. Go ahead. My wife is Luo Yao. Who am I afraid of? Do you really think that just because you're Luo Yao's man, she'll disregard everything for you? Don't delude yourself. You're just Luo Yao's plaything. One day, when you do something that harms her interests, she'll abandon you without hesitation. At that time, even if you kneel on the ground and beg me, I won't care about you anymore. Lin Ran smiled. Would Luo Yao? The answer was no. In this world, no one understood Luo Yao better than Lin Ran, and no one loved him more than Luo Yao. If one day he became the enemy of this world, he had no doubt Luo Yao would destroy the entire world. That has nothing to do with you. Damn it, let my wife and son go quickly. Lin Ran's eyes grew cold, and he spoke slowly. Beg me. You, Lin Dad, I beg you to release my wife and son. A strange smile played on Lin Ran's lips. All right, then you better catch them. Lin Ran hung up the phone and said to Wang Bao, strip them naked, tie them together, and throw them out. Wang Bao was stunned, thinking to himself that young Master Lin was quite playful. After saying this, Lin Ran left Saran Group. When he reached downstairs, he happened to see Lin Tianba waiting anxiously outside. Rebellious son, where are my wife and son? Lin Ran smiled and patted his face. Don't worry, they'll be out soon. After saying this, Lin Ran walked away without looking back. He was in a relatively good mood. The only thing that bothered him a little was his poor eyes. His eyes were almost ruined today. He couldn't look at any more eye-searing scenes. Lin Tianba wanted to confront Lin Ran, but was stopped by the bodyguards. He thought for a moment, and then wanted to rush into Saran Group, but was stopped by security. You betrayers! I've fed you for so many years, and now you dare to stop your master. All the security guards frowned. They had already been notified that Saran Group had changed hands. Now Lin Tianba still dared to speak rudely, which made the security captain a little intolerant. Sir, you're no longer the chairman of Saran Group. So if you dare to insult us again, don't blame us for being impolite. Lin Tianba panted heavily, his eyes full of anger and hatred. Just then, two people wrapped together in tape were thrown out. This scene made passers-by stop and watch. Lin Tianba recognized them at a glance as his beloved wife's son, his eyes wide with disbelief. Lin Ran, you will die a horrible death. The angry roar came from Lin Tianba. This feeling of insult was even more impactful than making him kneel to Lin Ran. Lin Tianba took off his clothes and draped them over Lin Jian and his mother, holding them and crying bitterly. At the same time, he called someone to drive over. When the car arrived, Lin Tianba picked them up and put them in the car. Lin Jian and his mother remained unconscious throughout and woke up again in the hospital. Lu Yuamei's plaster cast, which hadn't been removed, was gone, and she entered the operating room again. Lin Jian also remained silent after waking up, appearing lifeless. Lin Tianba was filled with rage. Lin Ran's actions today had made him completely lose affection for this son. From the beginning, when Lin Ran made him kneel and beg him to buy the shares, to throwing Lu Yuamei and her son out naked. This was simply trampling Lin Tianba's face on the ground. But what could he do? Lin Ran, backed by Luo Yao, was now completely lawless. Rebellious son, you just wait. I don't believe you can be arrogant forever. And Lin Ran, after leaving Saran Group, immediately returned to the manor to cook. As said, heaven and earth are vast, but not as important as one's wife. His wife could only be cared for and loved by him. After returning to the manor, cooking the meal, packing it, and arriving at Luo Shi Group, everything seemed very natural. Luo Shi Group was impressive now. Those executives were all in high spirits. When the negative news appeared before, they hadn't worried. It was just that being surrounded downstairs and insulted every day certainly put them in a bad mood. But now, with all positive news, they felt very proud. Lin Ran walked into Luo Shi Group, and many people nodded in greeting. This gentleman was President Luo Yao's man. The intimate actions of the two at the meeting room door last time had already spread throughout the company. In the past, many people thought Lin Ran was a little milk dog kept by President Luo. Only after the last incident did they realize they were wrong. President Luo could also be a little woman lying in a man's arms. It simply refreshed their worldview. And recently, President Luo even smiled occasionally and frequently gave out bonuses and money. This not only greatly reduced the psychological pressure on them, the workers, but they also got money. Who wouldn't be happy? Thus, many people came to a conclusion. Why had President Luo changed so much? It must be because she was being nourished by young Master Lin. So now, there was a slogan throughout the company. As long as young Master Lin performs well, employee bonuses will not be small. The moonlight outside the window illuminates the lamp, letting young Master Lin warm her heart. Arriving at the office, Luo Yao was already sitting at her desk, waiting for a long time. This made Lin Ran feel an explosion of happiness. He took out the food he had carefully prepared and began to feed her. Luo Yao ate carefully, savoring slowly, enjoying the feeding time. Yao, I acquired Saran Group. What do you think? I want you. Luo Yao chewed. No. I'm telling you, I acquired Saran Group. What are you thinking about? Thinking about you. Luo Yao didn't care about Saran Group at all. She only cared if Lin Ran was happy, if he still loved her, if he was thinking of escaping, and if any other women had been acting foolishly recently. Lin Ran smiled, thinking to himself, it's over, Luo Yao is hopelessly ill, but he loved it. All right, my little princess, I'll give you whatever you want, but you'll have to wait until tonight. After feeding the little devil, Lin Ran said while tidying up, today is the first day of filming the short drama. They will come to the manor in the afternoon to shoot. I have to go back and check. After you finish your work. At this point, Lin Ran gave Luo Yao a look, letting her understand. Aran, do you want me to come home early? Nuanyo Media. This morning, the filming of the short video officially began. To everyone's surprise, the company actually invited Chun Qingtian to be the female lead this time. When she arrived at Nuanyo Media today, everyone in the company was shocked. Their own company was actually so capable as to hire an A-list star. What surprised everyone even more was that the male lead was actually President Wu Zhishang himself. Thus, many people began to despise Wu Zhishang. Despicable, shameless scoundrel. You think you're filming a short drama? We're too embarrassed to expose you. Chun Qingtian was angry, but she still entered her work mode very seriously. She was angry because she had to work as soon as she signed a contract. Lin Ran was truly a capitalist, but working seriously was her attitude. When Chun Qingtian's manager learned she had signed, she almost got into a fight with her. Fortunately, Chun Qingtian was a free agent, and her manager was also self-hired. In terms of work, Chun Qingtian had absolute say. Other companies would shelve artists who didn't listen. For Chun Qingtian, if her manager didn't listen, she'd fire them. The first scene of the short video depicted the male lead, played by Wu Zhishang, heartbroken by love, ending his tragic past, and walking into the arms of Chun Qingtian, the rich girl who was a childhood sweetheart. Filming this required a very luxurious location. After all, a rich girl needed to look like a rich girl. The audience needed a visual impact. Normally, such a venue would definitely need to be rented, but the staff had heard that their boss, Lin Ran, had already prepared it. Everyone went directly to the boss's house to film, which also puzzled many people. How luxurious was the boss's house to be able to meet such filming requirements? You know, Chun Qingtian in the drama was a plutocrat princess. And so, the group arrived at Dongtian Manor. Most of the staff here were from Kyoto University, from the director to the screenwriter to the actors. Except for the second male lead, Zhang Xiaolong. Almost everyone else was a current student. They had mostly relied on theory in the past, lacking practice and experience. Now that the company was willing to give them this opportunity, everyone was working hard to do a good job. This was also why college students were popular. Low cost, diligent, and high value for money. As the cars drove into the manor, everyone was shocked. This place was too big, too luxurious, too extravagant. Who on earth did the boss borrow this manor from? Damn, isn't this Dongtian Manor? Although I've never been here, I've long heard of Dongtian Manor. It's the most luxurious manor in all of China, bar none. I once heard someone say that even a dog here eats better than people. Dongtian Manor? It seems to be newly built by Luo Shi Group a few years ago. Huh? Didn't Director Lin say we're filming at his house? Don't tell me this is Director Lin's house. Everyone arrived at Villa No. 1, getting out of their cars and looking around in amazement. Uncle Fu came forward to greet them. Everyone, I am the butler here. You can call me Uncle Fu. Young Master Lin has instructed that you will be filming here during the day for the next few days. There are a few points I need to explain in advance. First, you need our security to accompany you anywhere in the manor. If it's a restricted area, they will inform you. I also advise you not to wander around in the manor because there might be wild beasts and crocodiles. So for everyone's safety, you must be obedient. Uncle Fu's words startled everyone. Who can understand this, family? Keeping wild beasts at home, utterly ridiculous. Second, try not to damage the items here. They are all very valuable. Third, and most importantly, you are not allowed to enter young Master Lin's bedroom, and the study is also a restricted area. Other places in Villa No. 1 are fine. With just a few simple words from Uncle Fu, everyone was dumbstruck. Did he just say young Master Lin's bedroom? Could it be that this manor really belonged to Lin Ran, and Lin Ran hadn't lied to them? This was his home. That's not right. Wasn't Dongtian Manor built by that young lady from the Luo family? How come our boss lives here too? I know. The last time Luo Yao came to our school, I suspected it. Now it seems the boss is being kept by President Luo. That's a good thing. President Luo is so rich We don't have to worry about this company going bankrupt in the future. So that's how it is. Boss, I'm really crying. He actually debased himself to serve a thief just to create job opportunities for us. You fucking lower your voice. Are you crazy? Who's a thief? Just then, the sound of brakes was heard outside the villa. Lin Ran got out of the car looking relaxed, tossed the keys directly to the valet, and swaggered into the villa. Everyone's here, then let's begin. Wu Zhishang was also stunned by the luxury here. Although he was Lin Ran's friend, this was his first time here. Brother Lin, you actually kept such good food for me. You really deserve to die. Wu Zhishang's gritted teeth didn't seem like an act. Don't envy brother. Brother is just a legend. Even Chen Qingtian was so shocked she was speechless. The level of luxury here surpassed even the palaces she had visited. She sidled over and whispered, "Cousin, your house is too luxurious. We're cousins. If you make it big, you must bring your sister along." "No, you're already very successful now. I think we can still negotiate our contract. Don't envy your younger brother. Younger brother loves RMB the most." Others also greeted him one after another. "Hello, boss. Hello, Director Lin." This was a true god of wealth. Even if he was a kept man, he had reached a height they could never reach in their lifetime. Lin Ran smiled and told them to work hard, while handing the lunchbox in his hand to a servant. He sat alone in an elegant seat on the second floor, quietly appreciating his employees' filming. This villa, usually only occupied by servants and Uncle Fu, rarely had such a noisy atmosphere. It felt a bit more lively. Should he consider having a child with Luo Yao? But Luo Yao didn't seem to like children. That's not right. He and Luo Yao had never used contraception. How come Luo Yao had no reaction at all? Could it be that she was taking medicine? Would that harm her body? When Luo Yao returned, Lin Ran planned to ask her. The filming team first went with the bodyguards to shoot external scenes. Many magnificent scenes were shot by drones. With the bodyguards' permission, they filmed all the places they could. Of course, they didn't dare to casually film restricted areas, and even if they did, they wouldn't dare to edit them into the final cut. The director and assistant director were professional students from Kyoto University. This was the first work of their lives. Although it was a short drama, they were very serious. Only when they returned to the villa did they begin filming the scenes inside the mansion. To Lin Ran's surprise, Chen Qingtian, as an A-list actress, had no airs. Her serious work attitude impressed everyone. Her manager and personal assistant were also constantly observing Chen Qingtian nearby, rushing over to offer tea and water and inquire about her well-being during breaks. Very dedicated. Lin Ran watched for a while, shook his head, and began to speak. "You won't get popular filming like this." Everyone looked puzzled, not understanding what Lin Ran meant. Lin Ran personally stepped in to guide. "Although you are very serious and your acting skills are decent, I tell you, this will definitely not become popular. What are we filming? It's a cool drama. You have to embody the coolness. As for other aspects, they're not that important." The director scratched his head and looked at the screenwriter. The screenwriter looked at the script and also fell into deep thought. "Boss, but many parts of the script you gave are a bit illogical. For example, this male lead, many of his actions are a bit out of character, which doesn't match common sense. With all due respect, if we film according to the script you provided, the audience might find it a bit." The screenwriter hesitated to speak, but Lin Ran helped him complete it. "Idiotic." The screenwriter nodded. Lin Ran smiled. "You need to know that we film short dramas to make the viewers happy. This world is already full of suffering, and everyone is living a hard life. Do they still need to use their brains when watching a short drama? Are you okay? The audience is willing to pay, not because our acting is great, but because it's cool, because it's fun. For example, if I've already stolen your wife, and you're still swallowing your anger and being a cuckold, then what kind of protagonist are you? Sorry, this is just an analogy, not directed at you. So, we need to amplify the cool points. The expression of character personalities should be exaggerated and distinct, so the audience can tell what kind of person you are at a glance. In a word, just do it." Lin Ran's words spread through the villa like a bombshell. Isn't it normal for the protagonist to endure? Why does the boss want to do the opposite? Will anyone really watch a plot with no substance at all? But you, Lin Ran, are the boss. We'll film it however you say. If the sky falls, you'll be there to hold it up. Thus, the directing team directly accepted Lin Ran's suggestion. But as they filmed, they found that things weren't right. The female lead turned into a slap god, slapping one child after another. This was too out of character. The female antagonist's face practically had green tea written on it. This was too obvious. The male lead confronted everyone he met, giving the villain no way out. This was too lacking in suspense. This was too lacking in suspense. Would anyone really watch such a plot? What kind of idiotic thing were they filming? Lin Ran wasn't worried. Life was already hard enough. Why not have something sweet? In his previous life, during this period, short dramas were quite popular. But no one expected that in the future, short dramas would directly occupy half of the video revenue. Those seemingly silly and brainless plots were actually what everyone liked to watch the most. What did it prove? It proved that everyone didn't want to continue suffering online, right? Soon, today's filming was coming to an end. Just as everyone was wrapping up, Luo Yao returned. The villa door opened, and Luo Yao walked in dressed in a CEO outfit. Everyone's eyes widened. Although they had all guessed before that Lin Ran might be kept by Luo Yao, confirming on the spot still made their little hearts skip a beat. Luo Yao's cold gaze swept across the room. Then she naturally walked to Lin Ran's side, extending her arms for a hug as if no one else was there. This seemingly love-seeking gesture was seen by everyone. Those young men and women were instantly fed a large mouthful of high-grade dog food. Luo Yao's thoughts were simple. She just wanted to publicly tell these people that this man was hers, so they should all keep their eyes open. Lin Ran hugged Luo Yao and spun her around 360 degrees before putting her down. Back so early? I missed you. Didn't you ask me to come home early? Lin Ran noticed that all the staff members had lowered their heads and were no longer looking at them. Employees' inner thoughts, too heartbreaking. One's own misfortunes are certainly terrible, but others' peak moments are even more enviable. Men envied Lin Ran, women envied Luo Yao. Just then, Chun Qingtian sidled up to Luo Yao. Sister-in-law, your manner is too luxurious. How do you make money? Teach me. In the future, I also want to find a few men with 8-pack abs to keep. As soon as these words came out, everyone's eyes widened again. Chun Qingtian's manager, a cute girl wearing large-frame glasses, rushed behind Chun Qingtian at her fastest speed and covered her mouth. Sister, you're an A-list star? Do you know what nonsense you're spouting? I just want to earn more. MMPH. Luo Yao looked at Lin Ran with her eyes, as if saying, see, these women are all fickle. Lin Ran was also at a loss whether to laugh or cry. Let her go. I guarantee no one here will spread these words. The manager thought for a moment before releasing her hand from Chun Qingtian's mouth. Chun Qingtian gasped for breath. Pei Qianqian, believe it or not, I'll fire you. The manager spread her hands indifferently. Whatever. I'm suffering with you anyway. You. Lin Ran didn't intend to bother with Chun Qingtian anymore. He took Luo Yao's hand and walked upstairs. Before leaving, he reminded, all right, cousin, you should consider how to become rich. I'm going to accompany my wife. Chun Qingtian looked hurt and muttered, in the future, I'll find 10 obedient little milk dogs, and I'll also... MMPH. Pei Qianqian covered her mouth again. Lin Ran's words before leaving once again exploded in the room. What did the boss call Chun Qingtian? It seems to be cousin. Chun Qingtian is Lin Ran's cousin. Everyone felt an earthquake in their hearts. They finally understood. No wonder an A-list star like Chun Qingtian would come to work at Nuanyo Media. It turned out they were relatives. No, I've discovered a critical point. I know why our company is called Nuanyo. A young girl's eyes sparkled, her envy overflowing. I know too. So, the Yao in Nuanyo is Luo Yao's Yao. The boss he loves the boss's wife too much. In Nuanyo real estate, it's the same meaning, right? It was as if everyone only then had a sudden realization. Luo Yao, who was about to go upstairs, was stunned. Why had she never considered this problem? She had only ever cared about Lin Ran, whether he was happy, whether he would leave her. As for other things, she had truly ignored them. If this were an ordinary girl, she would have discovered this blind spot long ago. A feeling called heartbeat appeared in Luo Yao's heart. Did those people just call her boss's wife? She liked this title. She liked all titles that could connect her with Lin Ran. Ran, is the Yao in Nuanyo me? Of course it's you. Do you even need to ask? Luo Yao's lips had just curved up when another discussion from downstairs reached them. Hey, do you guys think it's possible the boss is just putting on a show, actually trying to curry favor with Luo Yao for his own career? Huh? That's not impossible. Boss, really? I'm crying. He's sacrificed so much to provide us with jobs. Luo Yao's lips slowly straightened, her eyes like knives looking at Lin Ran, as if waiting for that answer. Thus, the temperature in the entire villa instantly dropped. Wife, calm down. They're all talking nonsense. Then are you putting on a show? Luo Yao's tone carried no human emotion. What kind of show? The show of loving you? If loving you is putting on a show, then I'll do it for a lifetime. Is our Ran saying sweet nothings to me? Luo Yao finally stopped being angry and instead felt that the few people discussing were quite good. Without their discussion, how could there be Lin Rant's sweet words? Then she would spare their lives. Wu Zhishang almost choked on a mouthful of water he had just drunk. You few, what nonsense are you talking about? If your work is done, hurry up and pack. Don't gossip about the boss behind his back. President Wu, we're not gossiping behind his back. We're saying it to your face and Director Lin's face. President Wu, is our boss really being kept by Luo Yao? Wu Zhishang was so angry he wanted to curse. What do you mean, saying it to his face? And your words are too harsh. Kept? What an ugly word, even though it's the truth. Don't you want to work anymore? Believe it or not, I'll fire you. No need, President Wu. No need. I'm post 00S. If you dare to fire me, I dare to go to arbitration. Wu Zhishang was speechless. He now understood the capabilities of college students. Although they worked hard, they also had the temperament of newborn calves, with eyes too clear to hide any secrets, and hearts too fragile to bear any grievances. All right, you want to know, right? Then I'll tell you, my brother Lin and sister-in-law are legally married. If any of you talk nonsense again, I'll deduct your bonuses. Firing is useless, but are you afraid of losing money? What? President Wu, you must have been beaten up so badly you lost your teeth, becoming a shameless scoundrel. Legally married? At this moment, a young man's eyes were red. Boss, I'm really crying. He's paid too much. Not only his body, but also his soul. Could it be a seeking a son with a large sum of money kind of plot? Wu Zhishang. At this moment, the short drama editor sidled up to Wu Zhishang. President Wu, I've thought of a perfect plot. How about I write it down and give it to you? Wu Zhishang didn't expect this editor to be quite hardworking. What plot? It's the kind of plot where, for the sake of my brothers having food to eat, I become a dog for a female plutocrat. But I only have a preliminary idea. It still needs careful polishing. Damn it, you should change it to I tear apart the bad girls, and the female tycoon protects her man like a boss plot. The editor thought about it, and found that it seemed to have potential. President Wu, I find that you have grasped the true essence of short dramas. Yours is even more idiotic than mine. Before Wu Zhishang could react, the director also came over. President Wu, should we edit some of the things we want to say to the audience into the main feature? Wu Zhishang thought for a moment and said, no need. If it were a novel, you could put what you want to say to the readers in the book review section for them to discover themselves. But this is a short drama. That would be too jarring. At most, we can put it at the end credits. Okay, there's one more thing. The employees want to take some photos, and I see they've already secretly taken quite a few. What do you think? I'll ask Brother Lin. Wu Zhishang didn't dare to disturb Lin Ran, so he could only send a message. Wu Zhishang, Brother Lin, sister-in-law, do you mind if those employees take photos here? If you mind, I'll have them delete them. Lin Ran waved his phone at Luo Yao. Luo Yao looked at Lin Ran. The meaning was clear. You decide. Let them take photos. For them, they'll never live here in this lifetime. So, it's good to have a memento. Wu Zhishang was almost choked by Lin Ran's words. Brother Lin, they might expose this place. I'm just afraid it will cause trouble for sister-in-law in your life. Lin Ran helplessly shook his head and looked at Luo Yao again. Luo Yao took the phone, looked at it, and immediately kicked open the bedroom door. Wu Zhishang, if you have nothing to do, then get lost quickly. Wu Zhishang was stunned. Sister-in-law is? So eager to make him leave, just so Brother Lin wouldn't have to answer his question. If Brother Lin doesn't answer, it means he defaults. So sister-in-law's meaning is, she wants to expose it. This, did I understand correctly? Heavens, who will save this child? Lin Ran also came down again, smiling and patting his shoulder. Still not leaving? Want to freeload a meal? Wu Zhishang immediately shook his head. It still had to be Brother Lin. Not admitting it meant not denying it. Then he wouldn't care. Those student employees, if they wanted to expose it, let them. Wu Zhishang quickly ushered people away. The employees were also frightened by Luo Yao's cold shout just now and said nothing. But in their hearts, they were all thinking, the boss has really paid too much. Chen Qingtian looked at this place reluctantly, vowing to be as rich as Luo Yao in the future, then keep 10 or 8 young handsome men and find a few athletic men. Wu Zhishang looked at his abs and sighed. He was ultimately unworthy. That little thought in his heart should remain buried. This way was also good. Chen Qingtian had said that if he fell in love with her, he would be miserable. Wu Zhishang didn't think this was a joke. Everyone left. Before leaving, they tidied up the villa, ensuring no loose ends were left. The villa returned to its usual coldness. During the meal, Lin Ran looked at Uncle Fu. Uncle Fu immediately understood and led everyone away. Yao Yao, no one's here. I want to ask you something, and you have to answer me truthfully. Luo Yao said expressionlessly. What is it? Lin Ran tilted his head, looking at Luo Yao meaningfully. Have you been taking any precautions? Luo Yao nodded generously. Of course, I've been taking medicine. Ran, do you want a child? Lin Ran shook his head. I don't want a child, at least not now. But Yao Yao, does taking medicine harm your body? Luo Yao's eyes lit up as she asked. What if it does? If it does, then we'll use a method that doesn't harm the body. I can't let you get hurt. Lin Ran said, while thinking about which brand of chewing gum tasted best. Luo Yao's heart was deeply touched. So Aran was worried about this. Aran, are you worried about my body? Of course, your body is more important than my life. Luo Yao threw herself into Lin Ran's arms, looking up at her man. Don't worry, I'm taking an ancestral secret recipe from the Yi family. It's harmless to the body. Lin Ran only felt slightly relieved after hearing her say that. Aran, you haven't fed me by mouth for a long time. Lin Ran was stunned. The chopsticks in his hand slowly lowered. Imported ingredients indeed tasted better. Early the next morning, Kyoto University's forum exploded over 3 things. The first matter concerned Lu Rushue. Last time, Lu Rushue was exposed by Shun Jingbing in the library for opening a hotel room with another man. Having a boyfriend and still looking for other guys on this point, Lu Rushue was definitely a player. Even though Lu Rushue didn't admit it, it didn't stop others from pinning this blame on her. Moreover, the pictures and videos Shun Jingbing presented on the spot were evidence. Although everyone didn't see the specific content, according to students who were close to Shun Jingbing that day, it was indeed very eye-searing. Did you know Lu Rushue was only wearing her underwear in someone's car? Did you know someone said Lu Rushue was wearing nothing in someone's car? Did you know Lu Rushue brought Hua Haney into someone's car? The rumors grew more and more outrageous. Lu Rushue was directly cursed onto the 3rd hottest topic on the forum. Many students demanded the school expel such a person, but the school remained unresponsive. Lu Rushue no longer walked around campus with her former glory, feeling people pointing and whispering everywhere. So our school's beauty is this kind of person. What an eye-opener. Lu Rushue also responded on the forum. It wasn't me. Don't spread rumors. But no one believed her explanation, and the rumors spread even more fiercely. She even confessed to Lin Ran last time. Fortunately, Lin Ran didn't agree. How wise. Huh? Don't you know? Lin Ran and Lu Rushue are actually cousins. What? But not biological cousins, no blood relationship. Thus, the second matter was also dug up. Saran Group changed hands. This matter couldn't be hidden, and Lin Ran's identity was completely unearthed by the omnipotent alumni. In fact, his identity wasn't complicated. It was just that no one had delved into it deeply before. Now that Lin Ran had become the boss of Saran Group, coupled with his existing popularity, he naturally attracted attention. As for why Lin Ran was so in the spotlight, besides Lin Ran's recent wins, you also have to thank Lin Jian's few goons. Lin Jian had many lackeys. Recently, Lin Jian hadn't been attending school, and those lackeys began to mutter among themselves. Some of them were still very capable and soon found out news that made their jaws drop. Saran Group had changed hands, and Lin Tianba had been kicked out of Saran Group. However, at this time, many people still thought Lin Tianba had done the right thing. After all, Saran Group had long lost its former glory, and leaving early was very wise. But internal staff from Saran Group said that Lin Tianba was dragged out, and Lin Jian and his mother were also thrown out. Following that, a set of very eye-searing pictures also appeared on the forum. There were photos of Lin Jian and his mother being thrown out, and they were tied together with tape. The moment these pictures appeared, they were harmonized by the forum's robot, but they could still be found in some students' photo albums. Too explosive, even more explosive than Lu Rushue. When people dug deeper, they discovered something even more shocking. The new boss of Saran Group was Lin Ran. No one had expected Lin Ran to have this kind of power. Thus, Lin Ran's identity as the true young master of the Lin family was exposed to everyone. His brotherly relationship with Lin Jian was also brought up for discussion. Even Lin Ran's living conditions in the Lin family over the years were dug up, reportedly revealed by Lin Ran's former high school classmates. This story of a tragic life turned around instantly attracted everyone. I'm really going to cry. Was Senior Lin Ran's youth so miserable? What kind of scumbag father is this? Lin Jian, this fake young master, usurped his place. Everyone in our school knows his identity. In contrast, Senior Lin Ran, he's too pitiful. Sure enough, with a stepmother comes a stepfather. And Lin Jian, I now seriously suspect this family has been bullying Senior Lin Ran all along. Lin Tianba is a terrible father too. Since Lin Ran is so miserable, where did he get the money to acquire Saran Group? Could it be from that plutocrat young lady from Luo's Sure Group? Do you guys think Lin Ran is really with President Luo? Or is he being kept? Not necessarily. I don't think Senior Lin Ran looks like someone who lives off a woman. Lin Ran is so pitiful. I want to support him and love him. If Lin Ran is Luo Yao's man, then the person upstairs is courting death. What? Can Luo Yao interfere with others' happiness? Aren't you interfering with theirs? The one not loved is the third party. Suddenly, a set of photos on the forum pushed the heated discussion to a climax, and the hottest topic emerged. In the post, there were pictures of a very luxurious villa with various staff members in the photos. This wasn't the main point. The main point was the caption. The boss let us film at his house. He really pampers his employees. At first, no one paid attention, thinking it was someone showing off. But as time went on, many people discovered something jaw-dropping. The poster was a student from the art department, and that person's profile indicated they were an employee of Nuanyo Media. This instantly made countless people speculate even more about Lin Ran's identity. Thus, many people went to ask students for Nuanyo Media. However, they didn't get the answers they wanted. The people from Nuanyo Media seemed to have all agreed to say they didn't know. Wu Zhishang wasn't planning to hide it. He just wanted to use Lin Ran and Luo Yao's popularity to promote his short drama a bit. So he let out a little bit of news, but not much. When a short drama was released, he would drop a big one, guaranteed to blow everyone's minds. In the principal's office, the dean of studies and the principal were looking at the forum content, thinking, "Principal, our school is a bit restless today. There's too much earth-shattering news. What do you think? Should we suppress some of it?" Principal Tang rubbed his temples. Suppress which one? Let's suppress Lu Ruxue first. Should we expel her? No. That esteemed person said Lu Ruxue cannot leave until she learns Burmese. Who said that? You should talk about the next one. All right. Lin Jian hasn't come to school for a long time, and what's happening on the forum now is having a very bad impact on the school. Should we expel Lin Jian? That's his family matter. What does it have to do with the school? Just give him a demerit. Principal Tang was eating himself up inside. He knew that Lin Jian and Lin Ran were biological brothers, but Lin Ran hadn't said anything, clearly doing it intentionally. Otherwise, with Lin Ran's current ability, he could make Lin Jian disappear in minutes. Then let me talk about the third matter, which is also the most urgent one. Lin Ran's relationship with President Luo. What do you think we should do? Should we suppress it? This matter was not only a headache for the Dean of Studies, but also the biggest headache for Principal Tang. One misstep, and it would be eternal damnation. Dean of Studies. Who on earth exposed this matter? Not many people in the school know about this, right? Principal Tang immediately flared up. Are you suspecting me? No, I'm just stating the facts. Principal Tang instantly calmed down. The dean's suspicion seemed to have some basis. If he could suspect him, then President Luo? You go ahead and get busy. I'll make a call. After the Dean of Studies left, Principal Tang didn't dare to delay and quickly called Lu Ming. After hanging up, Principal Tang took a sharp breath and quickly called the Dean of Studies back. You quickly contact Lin Ran. Isn't the centennial celebration coming up soon? Use this matter to find him and ask him to come back to school to give a speech. Then what about President Luo's matter? What did Special Assistant Lu say? The Dean of Studies inquired. What do you think? All right, I'll have the people over there suppress it a bit. Suppress my ass.